And we are live.
Who are you people?
Hi.
I don't know.
We're the voices in your head.
Oh God.
Yeah, at least you're consistent.
Would that make
For the
us
most part.
split personalities then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably.
So are we everyone else's split personality, or are we all just in some other poor unfortunate soul's head?
Yeah, that depends on the
Oh.
person.
I don't know, but Groudon's the voice of reason.
See, really, Rojan is actually in a bed in a lab, and they have something attached to his head that projects the images of all the voices in his head, and he's just playing this D&D game with himself, streaming it on Twitch.
Oh, that
Sounds
awesome.
accurate.
I'm pretty sure somewhere along that line that breaks the TOS, but
In
Projected
an alternate
images.
dimension, it doesn't.
It's a different type of VTubing.
I mean, if it's gray enough, you can like file a petition. I mean, you can make an appeal.
Yeah, well, if that's true, whoever was in charge of writing me as a character should be fired. Just saying.
I mean, okay, but to be fair, HP Fox, if everybody is, just ideas in my head, then everybody is poorly written because I don't write shit.
Well, shame. My life is a lie.
Wow, and
That
I thought I had
hurts.
depth.
Sir?
What a dick.
I
Look,
feel like
you
I
all-
should be insulted, but you insulted yourself by
You all play D&D
That
with me. You know how this goes.
No,
Playing with himself.
it's like checking for the doneness of pasta. We just get thrown against the wall and see if we stick.
And then I'm just one of those lazy people who are just like, yeah, good enough.
Oh, that's too
It
good.
flopped, but it's fine.
Like an artist who only draws stick figures. Good enough.
Good enough. We'll leave it to
hurts me.
interpretation and call it modern art.
Got it.
Hey, art is subjective.
So, how are all of you?
Don't ask right now. I can feel it,
I'm
Mr. Krabs.
doing-
Apparently, I'm a floppy noodle.
Being stuck to a wall.
Flat.
I mean, yeah.
It explains a lot.
That would explain a lot, actually.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You know, it'd be smart if I go and roll 20.
probably a
Would
good
be.
idea.
Especially with where we left off.
Yeah, especially
Oh, I should
where
probably take out my dice.
Yeah,
Jesus.
last I
One
recall-
person's not-
Prepared.
Zorro, as one of the resident dice gremlins, how do you not have your dice out?
Okay, so here's the thing. My dice technically are out. I pre-collected them and had them all out and everything. All I have to do now is just dump it out of my dice tray and it's fine.
Gotcha.
Have you not seen her like dice like
I've seen-
organization scariness?
Oh, it's a
I
lot.
would like a dice organizing tray so I can stack the different types and sections.
Yes.
I even
Actually,
stacked the,
what I need to do is I need to get more of these from
Invisible bags?
no, I need to because it's all right. I need to.
Oh, I
get
see
more-
'em.
I need to get more of these so I can actually separate my dice by set.
Oh, I just got like the clear plastic Ziploc ones that you buy for
I do.
jewelry.
I know,
Yeah.
but I like. 'cause
I have
You're that way.
this. That's
I
all
used
I
to
need.
go rogue.
This
and
is
then it was
all I
forever to find
need for my
fucking
dice that I use is this.
because someone sent me this for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Seems awesome.
It just all it does is make everything go invisible. That's why the bag is magic.
Yep.
I think I posted a picture. So now I
Yeah, yeah.
actually have enough bags where all my dice don't look like swollen blobs.
I'm running out of bags actually. I have gigantic bags. Huge
Dude.
bags, and they're already both full of dice.
That
Well,
bag.
it's
so,
gonna-
you know how
it's-
you
it's
can
gonna
get
get to the
another
point-
bag.
It's going to get to the point that we all go to TwitchCon and Zorro's just going to show up with 2 duffel bags to like the live D&D session.
No,
and,
she's gonna
like,
show up with a forklift.
It's just going to be like 2 giant gym bags just full of dice.
And
I would
potions.
not travel with so much with me. I'd only bring one of those huge bags of like 100.
Just
Yeah, I tried
one-
organizing
That's
my dice
traveling light.
once.
One raccoon bag full of dice. That's all you need.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to narrow down. Oh god.
All I know is I'm gonna be like the envy of the next convention I go to. I think I have a convention coming up in the 22nd weekend of the 22nd or something. A friend of mine like surprised me. He's like, "Hey, I'm taking you to a convention." I'm like, "Okay, which one?" It's like, doesn't matter. We're going to this convention. I'm like, "All right, cool, let's go."
Emerald Comic Con.
So, last time we left off, after a bit of conversation and a little bit of shopping and wheeling and dealing with a rather upset horsemaster, the group had decided to take Charity's advice and not turn her into the Hunters Guild just yet, using her as sort of a guide to find their way not only towards the forest, but once they reach it, through the forest in order to find the her quasi daughter. I mean, I guess we can call her that, Amelia, who had been taken to what Charity calls her mother, her creator. So you left about halfway through the day, so you didn't get too far out in your travels, only a couple hours. And you settled down for the night in the midst of a rather heavy snowstorm. Throughout the night, you encountered a strange lizard folk and a phase spider companion who ambushed Nolani. After a short round of combat, everyone began to settle back down. And in the morning, Kunkaval found a present waiting for him. Two presents,
So
actually.
excited.
Two presents, actually. A stuffed beetle, a bug that he had previously ordered from Charity, and a strange looking toy soldier, almost marionette like in its features. So the attention was taken away from the toy quickly when you noticed what had delivered it. A giant stuffed teddy bear that had sat down a few feet out of camp, just staring at you. The snow melting away out from underneath it, revealing a cloak that Yuriko had been looking for the previous night. When you noticed it was staring at Charity's tent, you brought her out and she started to cackle in a laugh when she ordered the bear to attack. Flames began to spurt off of it as it let out a billowing roar. But as you stand there and you stare at this creature, almost as if it looks to be ready to pounce, a voice booms out in the air. Fluffy, no. You are a lover, not a fighter. Come home now. And almost instantly, the bear becomes docile once again, the flames dying away as it kind of looks at all of you and it turns around and just begins to walk back towards the forest. Or in the direction of the forest, I should say. Now a little confused, you're left standing there, start of a brand new day, with multiple options ahead of you. So, as Fluffy walks away, leaving all of you unharmed, the start of the day is yours.
I'm gonna get that cloak.
Okay. You walk over and you grab this cloak, and it's if you hadn't seen Fluffy sitting on it, it's almost impossible to determine that it's there. It's like you're looking just through a clear sheet of glass. Unless like you wrinkle it up or anything, it's impossible to tell that there is anything there.
I'm gonna put it on.
And you put it on and comfortable enough. Takes the chill away quite nicely.
I look at myself. Do I see like I'm blending into the surroundings?
No.
Or not?
No, you're just wearing a cloak.
And
Like
then I'm gonna
as like you put it on, the cloak kind of transforms into just like this beautiful white fur cloak.
oh, that's definitely magic. She's going to go to Kamek, and then she's gonna go. Do you know how to make this thing work?
A cloak to turn invisible.
Oh,
I can take a look if you want.
what's your fee?
I don't charge. But if I'm going to, I would ask you to refrain from shouting while we're in the middle of the woods, so we don't attract any attention to us.
Sometimes you need to make nature know you're the boss.
If you say so. That would be my fee for this.
I'll try my best.
I suppose that's all I can ask.
She'll hand Kamek the cloak.
Okay. And I will sit there for 10 minutes to identify it.
Okay. And much like the trident, this seems to be a warlock only cloak. It requires attunement. But from what you can tell, if the warlock has a pact with the patron that this cloak comes from, it allows them to not only blend in with their surroundings, but easily step in between the physical and ethereal planes.
Out of curiosity, is the patron of the cloak available to be ascertained from Kemek's identify?
Would I need to do a religion check or something?
Give me a religion check to see if you know.
I can do that. Oh, all right, we're starting off great. That is a natural 20 for 25.
A natural 20. It doesn't even take you a second after like identifying the cloak and everything. This patron is an ascended frost giant who's now known amongst those who worship her as the Snow Mother. She has an affinity for the ice and the hunt, but also she keeps and breeds phase spiders and tends to make items out of their silk, much like what this cloak is made out of.
Phase spiders, okay.
I think I might have to take a level in Warlock.
I feel like you would need to. I mean, this is such cool shit. I mean, yeah. Okay. So Kamek is gonna go ahead and cast this spell, or ritually cast Identify. And as I discover the details of this, they're gonna open up their eyes and give a satisfied smile to Yuriko. I have good news and bad news. The bad news is, like this trident, it is for warlocks only. However, if you were to eventually please a god, in this case, the frost giant known as the Snow Mother. She would give you the blessing of both of these items. And it is the only way for you to not only blend in with your surroundings, but attempt to walk in between this world and the ethereal.
Sounds very advantageous.
Sounds like a very stupid idea.
It is none of my business who you worship, who you get your abilities from, to be honest, but
No,
in
she's
my
a-
opinion, both of these items are of no use to us unless we would like to sell them. But you can hang
Nalani,
on to it if you want.
go ahead and give me a history check when she mentions the Snow Mother.
Oh, snap.
History. It's not related to Faye, right?
No.
History is a 22.
Uh,
oh, damn, smart barbarian.
while this doesn't have to pertain to Faye, it has to pertain to your clan. As the Snow Mother is said to rest upon the peaks of the Ashen Spire as well. And a lot of her followers tend to be Goliath that have separated from the other clans to follow and worship her.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does.
Iriko's gonna wear the cloak, and I don't know.
I will
if-
say though, even though it is like anything for the warlock, you have to be a warlock and you have to attune to it. This is a
Mhm.
cloak of comfort to be anyway. So
So it gives me the benefits of the cloak of comfort.
It gives you
without
the benefit-
benefits. Okay.
yeah, so you still get the benefits of the cloak of comfort, to where like the frost in everything, like the cold that you felt around you, even in your winter clothing, is now gone.
Would
Oh,
they
hell
still
yeah.
need to attune to it though to at least gain that feature,
Nope.
or it's just automatic?
That's just automatic.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's like a
I'll
wondrous
add on
item
to
type
that.
effect.
Yeah. Chemic will add on to that little benefit, saying that that's the only benefit for now.
Hell yeah! Like I'll wear the hell out of that.
I'll hold on to the trident then, just for if we ever want to use it. Otherwise, it is a special item, could be sold.
Does this
We'll
snow
see.
mother? Does this snow mother easily take in?
From what I understand, it's hard to say considering how she tends to favor, and they look over at Nalani, the Goliath. But considering how that was a lizard folk, I think she has an open mind.
Well, I do love to hunt.
She also likes using phase spiders.
As long as they're not trying to eat you.
Either way, if you want it, it's of no use to me. And you found it first, so at least we'll give you the ability to be comfortable.
Thank you. And
She'll
she's just
go
like,
over by the fire, eating one of the spider legs, just very loudly.
like a one, and like Yuriko wonders to herself, like, how do you crunch a spider leg when you obviously have no teeth? It's like,
Hey, have you heard a gecko crunch a grasshopper or
It's
a
the
cricket?
power of the
It's
jaws.
happened.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it's a thing.
It's scary. It's just like do you just have like gums of steel? Like what's under there?
Yeah, it's the power of the jaws, man.
When it's an exoskeleton, it can crush, but meat just will flatten out without teeth. Nothing to tear it equals problem.
She's not a biologist. She doesn't understand that shit.
That's fair.
It's like you're speaking that nerd shut. It's like, can I bop it? If not, I don't want to know about it. Yeah, so she'll since does Chemic know, is it only I'm trying to get everyone's names. Is it only Nalani that knows the that knows like the holy symbol or whatnot of the Frost Mother, or did Kemek claim that as well?
Kemek, both Kemek and Nalani know of the Snow Mother.
All right, so then.
But there's no symbol on it anywhere.
Okay, so there's no. All right, not even like a little spider clasp or something. Okay,
Nope.
interesting. All right. Alrighty.
Do I, granted I'm not a part of this, but just for the player's perspective, do I know of the Snow Mother with a religion roll of 26?
You would, yeah. Given from where you hail from, you would maybe have run into one of her two of her followers at some point in time.
Alrighty. Can I? Alrighty. So I know. Are we going to be using the project system in this campaign
Yep.
as well?
Project system and skill system is in effect.
Alrighty.
Those are
So
just going to
then-
be default for all of my campaigns.
Alrighty. So then I would like to start like I know I have to wait till I get a level, but I'm going to start trying to work into a warlock level.
Okay. You don't necessarily have to do a project for that. That's just, we can RP it as, you trying to commune with her at whatever point in time when you have downtime.
Gotcha.
But yeah, whenever you take your next level, or whenever you want to take a level in warlock, when you have the opportunity, you most definitely can.
Cool.
Can't escape the warlock class.
I mean, I wasn't planning on it. I was gonna multi-class, but this cloak kind of determined.
Look, you've got a cloak and a Rod of the Pact Keeper just sitting there waiting for you in the wings.
Yeah, I'm like,
You could sell those for good money.
Oh, you could. You could.
Yeah.
Like anyone, like all of you being from where you are, know that if you were to turn these items into the church, because they're quote unquote heretical items, you could make a decent amount of money off of it.
That, and you have to convince Nalani to hand over the trident, because she's the one currently carrying it.
I mean, I'm not a warlock yet. I mean, so she has no use for it, but I mean, that's an RP potentially in the future.
Yep.
All right, so after Nalani, or not after Nalani, but after like the identification of the cloak and everything,
And
is anyone
throughout this, except for when I was being asked, I am watching Charity with a very intense stare.
okay? So since you've been watching her, you noticed that when that voice boomed out commanding Fluffy to return, there was sort of almost a loss of hope that crossed her face. Like she almost thought that this bear was here to save her, and then instead it was called home.
I think that's enough to leave her still breathing.
I do want to inspect this toy soldier thing, because I'm kind of creeped out by dolls at the not stuffed animals, dolls.
Okay.
Kind of creeped out by dolls at the moment.
All right.
Does it have a silver needle? Is it carrying a rifle with a bayonet that appears like a silver needle?
You give this thing a
Covering
complete,
all the bases.
like a complete once over. There are no silver needles, no silver bayonets. It doesn't have any sort of weaponry on it at all.
All right. Yeah, I still don't trust it. We'll go over to Kemek and kind of hands out with the doll. Can you check this, please?
Kemek?
Yeah.
Actually,
Kemek.
I think at this point in time, I need everybody to give me a D20 roll.
Oh
Straight
shit!
up D20.
Straight up D20.
Alrighty.
Do you want us to wait and go around?
Yeah, wait and go around.
Okay.
Shadow Fox, you don't need to do it.
Oh, okay.
That's not a great roll. That's gonna suck.
Well, we don't know what's a good and a bad roll technically.
Yep.
Going by my luck.
So, I'm gonna go around here. Mina or Mia.
12.
Okay. Where did my pencil go?
Over there and over there and up there.
I ate it.
Why are
Low on
you eating
fiber.
mechanical pencils?
It's low on
Yeah, me.
fiber.
Why are you not?
Pleases me. It pleases me.
That's what the voices do.
Don't question our logic.
All right, Azure Claw.
8.
Okay. Yuriko.
7.
7. Timic.
14.
Okay. Milani.
12.
Mid tier for a lot of us.
Well, depends on what the DC was.
Yeah. But we don't even know what a save if we're even saving. We're just rolling.
Yep.
And Owl.
4.
Thank you. So you look at the doll.
Okay.
And it's
What you're all
it's-
saying is we're fucked.
It's just this little doll, maybe the same size as the charity teddy bear.
Okay.
Looks like it's got like small like cylinder wooden arms, like the little little ball hands at the end, and a little iron helmet. Its face though doesn't look like the face just looks like it's just been painted black and it's completely flat, as if no features have been added onto it. And it's in a soft blue and white garment.
I probably already know what's gonna happen, but I'll go ahead and I'll take the time to identify it.
Okay. And you identify it, and it's a doll.
Okay.
The nice doll.
Just kind of look back at Kunkaval. I think it's just a toy soldier. It doesn't seem to have any magical properties on it. You're muted. I heard it though, it was adorable.
Okay, thank you.
They'll nod. And the Temic will actually leave their hands out and be like, anyone else? No? All right, I'm gonna eat.
I'll turn around and put my hand in yours and shake it. Then flap, flap, flap.
Flat,
Right.
flat, flat.
Go back and get it.
Fuck.
So, real quick, the temporary HP that we had, I think from the previous night's cooking, has that gone away with the end of the long rest, or is it still there?
It lasts for 24 hours.
24 hours, okay.
Well, I don't cook well, so probably not me.
Oh, didn't Nalani make the last meal?
It was
Nalani did.
Nalani with Mia's assistance.
Ah, I got it. Okay.
I mean, if you look
Yeah.
for someone to make breakfast, Melania will make breakfast again.
Now you could only benefit from one food buff every 24 hours, just to keep
Oh,
that
yeah.
in mind.
She also wasn't planning on
Yeah.
making anything fancy.
Oh,
This
just
was just going to be something to fuel us
breakfast.
and get us going. Yeah.
All right.
Fuel and get us moving.
Then I just need a basic survival roll. You're proficient, right?
Can I aid?
Yes.
Can I aid to offer advantage? I am also proficient.
If it's just basic food, you don't really need to aid.
Okay, I'm just asking. Wasn't sure.
It's a 10.
You're fine.
It didn't poison us
It's food.
unless I wanted to.
I mean, it's pretty much like a quick breakfast. It's nothing like the masterpiece you ate the previous night.
It's oatmeal. Have fun.
Yeah, it's oatmeal. Fills you up, keeps you warm.
In the privacy of my tent, like first thing in the morning, I am consuming 22 of my HP to create my Aegis shield again, and then
Does that burn out your temp HP first?
It burns my current HP.
Okay.
So the temp HP is still there, but my current HP is 1 at the moment. But then I'm going to immediately use a first level spell slot to use Nostrum on myself and recover a bit of that.
You're a glass cannon.
That will hopefully never be hit.
This seems an awful lot like, some of the mechanics for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
I do this, I hurt myself, I buff this, then I do this, and
So from what we're noticing is Mia plays a black deck.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I played a black deck.
Yeah, I play black green, so.
Are you Golgari?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rosa, mono black had a Thrall non-battery deck just to fuck with people's heads, and I had a nightmare deck again just to fuck with people's heads.
So when you head out, what's the travel arrangements look like?
I forgot. We have a carriage, right?
No.
No,
we
have
have horses.
You
Horses, okay.
You decided against the carriage and just to use the horses instead.
No,
Right,
I was not buying
okay.
a carriage.
That's totally understandable. I just completely forgot. So yeah, so probably as before, it would be Kemek and Nalani on one horse.
Good with me.
Well, Azure Claw or Yuriko should either be at the front or the back, separated. I don't think we should both be in one spot just to cover our bases.
I'm staying with Mia.
Yep, we'll continue to ride together. So we will be wherever
Hasn't
needed.
tried to murder
in
me
the
yet,
marching
so-
order. And I like that you don't openly judge me, so I'm happy to let you ride on my horse with me.
Bird is optimistic.
I know, right? If only you could hear the inner monologue.
I would like to be somewhere in the middle.
All right. So then Yuriko would suggest she takes point with Nalani, and Azure Claw and Mia bring up the rear.
Okay. So who is going to do the travel roll for those of you who are up front?
Who was the last one the previous time, or does it reset for the
It resets. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Just making
New
sure.
day, new rolls.
All right, making sure.
And just so we don't spend the entire session doing rolls, there's only 2 rolls. There's first half, second half. Don't need to do 4 and 4 and 4 and whatever.
I also want to point out that I'd be like they're in the front. I want to be like a little bit behind them with what's her face.
Okay.
I guess I'll do the first half.
Or is Yuriko in the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
She suggested that she take the front with Nalani,
Alrighty.
and then Azure Claw and Mia bring up the rear.
All right. So go ahead and do just whatever skill roll you're gonna do.
I'm gonna do survival.
Okay.
Actually, survival. Yeah, it's the same. So survival.
Okay.
30-20.
Okay. Go ahead and give me percentiles.
Oh, here's where I get fucked.
Yeah. I was like, you said take that before you even roll percentiles. You're tempting the fates here.
Forgot about the percentiles. I was like, crap, I'm not done yet.
You got this.
Crap, I celebrated too early.
66?
66. That's good. So thankfully the first half of the day, the first half, I should say, of your travel, nothing really impedes you. The previous storm, the night before, has sort of covered the road a little bit, but thanks to Charity's help, you're able to stay on track. You have a feeling that if she were not here, or if she were refusing to help you, there's a very good chance you could get turned around. Because at the moment, aside from a couple specks off in the horizon, it's just flat white.
Jericho is going to take out some charcoal from her like one of her pouches and mix it with some spit and like charcoal under her eyes and like just give herself a charcoal mask to protect from
Snowblind.
Yep. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Thankfully, the day is overcast, so snow blindness isn't really setting in at the moment. It's a very overcast day, so it's very gray. It's like gray on white.
Oh God, I hate those days.
I love those days. Probably not
We're
the
experiencing that now.
probably not the white because I've never been in snow. So, but I love overcast. So
Yeah, we're experiencing that now. I love it. Gotta wear sunglasses though when you drive.
if you're a coward,
You're a
Oh,
coward.
whoa, I mean that's how white it is, brah.
You're a
It
coward.
hurts.
all right. So who's going
Yeah.
to take the second half of the leg here?
Oh, I'll
Nalani will.
volunteer. Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. So Nalani's going to.
Yep.
All right.
I'd like to use intimidation. Just kidding.
You can.
No.
Do it.
You can.
Do it.
I'm
I've done it
using.
before.
I'd like to use investigation.
You can
I-
use investigation. You most definitely
I-
can.
You know, try and keep track of where we're at using the trees and the land
Mhm.
by looking at it all. And... Oh, that's good. That's 22.
22. Okay, go ahead and give me those percentiles.
See if these don't screw me over.
Uh-oh. That's either really good or really bad.
It's a 1.
Oh!
Double 0 and a 1. Double 0 and a 1. So how
This is
fucked are we?
die.
Well,
Anyone got any of those wishes?
Oh.
It's like I've got a book for this.
Does anyone have luck? Does anyone have luck?
Isn't this exactly what happened in season 2?
Yes.
That's how we ended up in the side of a mountain.
Yes.
And about this
Ow.
this far into the season almost too, yeah.
That was a rose
So-
roll. I fully admit that one.
a 1.
The 1 on the percentile.
So as you begin to move forward, investigating, keeping an eye out on the horizon, just trying to keep track of everything. Almost out of nowhere, just this snowstorm blows in, blinding everybody's vision. You can't see more than like 5 feet out from you. It's almost as if nature itself for this moment has turned on you. I need everybody here to give me a D4.
Oh no.
I hate you. Why is it gonna be a D4?
Just say it's a 2 and get it over with.
I'm sorry,
Nope, I claim
everybody who is steering a horse, give me
Oh.
the D4.
Well, that's not a problem for me. That's a
Well,
be a
that's me.
problem.
Well, that's not me, yeah.
Good or
Do
bad.
I have my own horse?
Little
No,
arms.
we're all doubled. Because
I think
Ground's
Then who
character
the hell am I-
has charity.
Who the hell am I
Yes.
doubled with?
I think the
No,
order is
Charity's sloped over my horse.
Nalani and Kemek, Azure Claw and Mia, Kungraval and Alistair, and then Yuriko is on her own horse.
okay.
If we're
Yeah,
using the
with
same
Charity.
order as last.
Okay, so
session.
those of you who are steering the horses, what'd you get? 4,
2.
4, 2, 2.
3. I got a 3.
You got a 3.
Yeah.
So you go for better or for worse, you all decide to keep trudging along in this snowstorm. And it goes on for a while. They're what, 4 horses?
Mm-hmm.
4 lights.
Oof.
Is it 4? Yeah, it is 4.
Okay. So by the end of this snowstorm, this blizzard, those D4s that you rolled, those are how many miles apart you are from one another.
Oh,
my
fuck.
god.
Yuriko and Mia,
fucked.
your horses are dead.
Oh.
As they sustained injuries through the snowstorm, which they are not going to be able to recover from.
Oh, that's all kinds of fucked. All right, well, I'm presuming it's just me and tied up Charity out here in the snow, 4 miles.
I'm not
from
paying for those
anybody.
horses, by the way.
It takes a bit of
I
time.
already did.
It takes a bit of time for everybody to find their way back to one another, kind of halting your progression a bit. And by the time everybody finds one another again, it's well into the night.
Where
Mia-
the fuck are my horses?
Mia and whomever was with Mia,
That would be me.
can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, Mia, I don't want to have to drag you back dead. Please don't.
It's cocked right on the nat 20. I have to re-roll it. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
hate that.
Yeah, all right. I'll take a 17.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 23.
A 23. Okay, both of you take 1 point of exhaustion. And Yuriko, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh, great. Oh, wait, I actually have good constitution.
You're a fighter now. New character, who dis? You should be able to be good at this now.
It's like, hey, don't underestimate my dice's ability to try and kill me.
I mean, that's fair.
It's like they only like me when I DM. They hate me as a player. Yeah, they hate me as a player. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, you take 2 points of exhaustion.
Yeah, that's sucky.
But by the time everyone gets back together, the night is black, pitch black all around you. Though the snowstorm has subsided, giving you a little bit of comfort.
Oh, hey, speaking of comfort, does my cloak help with my exhaustion?
It does not, because it's not from the cold. It's just from you having to trek through fresh snow consistently.
Moving through snow takes a lot of effort.
Mhm.
Oh,
Not to
Yeah, it
mention when
does.
you have somebody slung over your shoulder.
I'm making
anything
that
deeper than about
bitch
a
walk.
foot becomes
I
impossible.
mean, okay.
Like,
Where are my horses?
4 miles that way.
Horse is cold food now.
Did you bring it back for food?
Would make good food. Why didn't you bring it back?
Did you? Yeah. Did
Then why
any of
is it
you
called
harvest the
food?
horse?
Is 2 miles that way.
I would like realistically, how much could I actually harvest if I'm bringing along a prisoner?
I mean, that
that's
is a
quite
very
quite
good
a bit.
question. I mean, I don't think
Make
Yuriko
the
would.
prisoner carry
I
it.
don't think Yuriko would, because she has a prisoner that could just run off while she's gutting the horse.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It's like I have to keep an eye on dipshit, make sure she doesn't run off.
Unfortunately, Azurclaw is substantially more worried about the constantly sickly looking Mia than harvesting a horse.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
all
It's like
fair.
it's like every time Mia's alone, she just looks like somebody just beat the hell out of her.
Like,
I
no,
think she just
we're
has a bruising condition.
It's like
I mean, we have
she wakes up.
rations.
She wakes up. She looks, perfectly fine. Before you head on out, she's like, "Oh, excuse me for a moment." She walks in her tent, comes out, and looks like death.
Yep.
Yuriko's under the impression that she for some reason likes to imbibe poisons. It's like she's trying to build up a tolerance to iocane powder.
Yeah, right. I was just about to say.
What Nyrix is doing.
You know, when we made the stupid decision to come out here, what did I say? I said if the monsters didn't kill us, the environment would. And now look,
You just need to get out more.
It's the
I
best
get
now.
out plenty.
You're quite sickly and fragile, I could tell.
This trek is exhausting.
Is that why you're not sleeping well? Because you look like death every morning.
Yes, that's exactly why. I didn't sign up for this.
You could have stayed back in the town.
Clearly,
Why'd
we
you
couldn't.
follow?
Otherwise, they would kick us out of the town or whatever for abandoning their quest. And then I'd be in worse shape than if I was here, which is terrible shape to begin with.
No one made you follow us. You could have gone whatever way you wanted once we left the town.
It was this or death.
You had options.
Yes, this or death.
Then choose death.
On the bright side, this will help build character, as they say.
Look, in my clan we have a saying: keep up or die.
Well, I'm not part of your clan, am I?
Doesn't matter.
Weird. We
You
have a
keep up or die.
similar saying.
Yeah.
Well,
We
it
should
is
have never
late.
come out.
We should probably dig out a section for us to sleep in. And I'm gonna go ahead. I guess this technically wouldn't count. Maybe I'll leave it up to you, Rojan. But would mold earth help me move the snow around?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll use mold earth then to kind of make a nice circle so it's nice and flat for us to make up camp.
Because the way I see it is you're not technically moving the snow, you're moving the earth under the snow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would be able to do that.
Okay. Yeah. Chemic will take the time to do it.
Okay. And you make a circle big enough for everybody to fit their tents and have a nice roaring fire in the center if you like it.
Would I have an idea of roughly how long it would take me to get to the nearest dead horse? The one that's 2 miles away.
Thankfully, it's not snowing anymore, but still.
Well, probably 2.5 hours, maybe 2
Too
hours.
late.
It is a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not to mention it's pitch black out.
that's kind of what I was asking. Had a feeling.
Yeah. You have a feeling that those horses are now lost to nature.
Very well. In that case, I'm going to go get some rest, I guess, because I'm no point in cooking. It's not to cook; it's too late to hunt.
So pretty much everyone is on their own with rations.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, we had plenty of rations even before we picked up the backpack, so yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Jerky for dinner.
what are you doing for watches?
No, I
Watch.
take another watch.
I'll do it this way. Since we're only doing 2 travels, we'll do 2 watches.
Okay.
Okay.
Jericho would avoid a watch by herself because she's too exhausted.
Chemic will do a watch.
I could do a watch with somebody if they
I'm
like.
suffering the same problem.
I'll do
We can
one if
pair up.
needed.
Who's to say we have to have only one person, so we could totally pair
Yeah.
up if we want.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That sounds like a fair compromise. 2 watches, but it's 2 people per
2 people
watch.
Yeah, 2 people per watch.
Yeah.
We'll do it that way.
But yeah, I'll do the first watch.
All right, who's doing the first watch with Chemic?
Have the 2 shorties together.
Okay.
I mean, Azure Claw's also
Flat,
short,
flat,
so that's
flat.
I
a
was
little
gonna
hard
say,
to
I'll
say.
stay up with Chemic.
Yeah, all of you.
But
All,
he's
I-
an exhausted shorty.
all
Yeah.
of you save for, I think, Nalani are under 6 feet,
Oh.
aren't you?
Oh, that doesn't-
No, the dragon.
Sure.
board
Oh
is
yeah,
7 feet.
Alistair's a big boy too. So
I
Yep.
mean,
I'm
he's still tiny compared to me.
Almost 6 feet. I'm 5'11".
However, though, it's just really funny that there are 3 members of the group that are literally like
The same size.
small, although I think one of them is technically considered or labeled small, while the rest I think are low end of medium.
Yeah.
It's funny.
All right, so short crew. How are you doing this?
I
Perception?
will just assist Chemic.
Wait, who's watching with me?
I thought it
Hold
thought
on,
it was me
you are
and Kimmick.
comfortable with this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm passed
Yeah.
out then. Great. I'm down.
Okay, so this
Exhausted people
You
were
did say
sleeping.
the short crew. You did say
This-
the short crew, and it confused us all.
these will not be assists. You guys
They'll be
will
separate.
decide on a skill that you both will use.
Okay.
Like if one person uses perception, the other person's got to use perception, and it'll be a group roll.
Are you good with perception?
I'm good with perception. Otherwise, my only other argument would have been survival because I kind of like moved the earth to kind of create a circle, so there's kind of like a little snow mound to help us. But it's gonna be the same roll for me either way, so I'm not picky.
Yeah, it's the same for me either way. So
Yeah, so perception's fine.
All right,
So we just roll
give me a second.
separately.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Sorry, Evie for some reason is very needy right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's the second time you've gone back to her.
I think it's because she found her ball and she wants to play ball right now.
Oh, yeah.
I will do it.
It's the only time she talks to me.
Play
yeah.
Daddy.
Go ahead and give me those perception rolls or
got a dirty 20.
come here.
That's funny. I also got a dirty 20.
Okay, and those of you who are asleep, time for some fun.
Oh no.
Hooray.
Can I get
No.
wisdom saving throws from everyone who is asleep at disadvantage?
You didn't have to add insult to injury.
Well, that's not going to go well for anyone.
Fuck.
No, it's not.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Azure Claw.
3.
Oof.
Mm.
Okay.
You say wisdom at disadvantage.
You did say wisdom at disadvantage.
Mia.
4.
Okay. Nalani.
5. Just gonna walk this up.
Alistair.
8.
Please don't say 6. Okay, thank goodness he didn't say 6.
And
Jesus
you're the wisdom-based
Christ.
one. Oh, God.
Okay. That's all I need to know for now.
This is how we die.
What were your checks for
30.
perception?
20.
Dirty
We
20s
both
each.
had dirty 20s.
One of
yeah.
you go ahead and give me percentiles.
I'll go ahead and I'll do it.
Okay.
Get my D10s out. Okay. 60.
60. 2 of you were
60.
fine. Night passes without too much of an issue. It seems that like the molding of the earth and everything has given you a little bit of cover from like the surrounding area to hide you from any predators at the moment anyway. But your watch passes without incident.
Yay, yes.
Hooray.
Oh, go ahead and wake up.
Hold on.
Azure. Oh,
Before you wake anyone up,
no.
is Azarin here?
He said BRB.
Okay. So before we do
I think he's
anything,
grabbing food.
let's take a quick break because I need Azarin to roll his wisdom saving throw as well before we move forward. So let's get up, take a quick break, get something to drink, and when we come back, we'll continue on with the madness. And we are back.
Off the fighter side.
Yeah,
Azarin.
that's true.
Azarin, can I get a wisdom saving throw from Kiriko?
Not my lowest stat, but my characters don't normally fare well against wisdoms.
That seems to be the case with everybody's characters in these campaigns. Nobody has a high wisdom score.
Yeah, that's an 11.
Okay.
The highest roll.
Oh my god, are you shitting me?
We literally went 3, 4, 5, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
one of them is wisdom based, and they didn't roll very high.
while the watch goes perfectly fine, everyone who is asleep has these horrendous nightmares, whispers of paranoia, plots being raised against you, suggestions that those you are traveling with do not have your best intentions in mind. All of these incidents keep you awake for the remainder of the night. You get no rest.
So that means I get another point of exhaustion?
You take you take another point of exhaustion.
Fuck, I am
And-
not in a good place right now.
You temporarily lose 4 points of wisdom.
Oh. Oh no. That's
A for Team Small.
Oh, that's not good.
As those whispers continue on throughout the night and when you wake up in the morning.
So did no one watch for the second half?
Yeah, we're doing the second.
You don't have to.
Okay.
The damage has already been done.
Yeah, I am kind of fucked. So I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah. I
What
think,
happens when your wisdom gets real low?
Same question.
Is it 0?
No.
Damn near.
Then you're fine for now. But like you wake up and you just feel paranoia all around you. Whispers, things moving off on the side of your vision. You cannot stand to have anybody closer than 10 feet to you in any direction. Both Kemek,
Including me and Nalani.
yeah, like Nalani does not want to be near you. Like she looks like this is the first time you've ever seen Nalani look at you with distrust and panic.
Not the first time.
It's probably the first time it's this strong.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Dunkaval, Kemek, you guys are perfectly fine. You had a nice restful sleep. You're ready to start the next day.
Yeah.
And everybody you see everybody else and they're like looking around and they're jumping at shadows and like couple like every now and then they kind of like cover their ears as if like something's like whispering to them.
Let's put it this way, Kimmy. Lana's probably looking at you the same way she usually looks at your bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only I actually had something that could help this. But I don't.
Ooh,
Not
I just
until
saw
level
I
5.
just saw Nalani's like basic wisdom. Oof.
Yeah.
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 Me and
it's not
Mia are in
good.
the same boat.
Yep.
Mia's is only one higher, I think, just normally.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mia's wisdom right now is 5, so it's -3.
Yours
4.
is 4.
I'm at 4. We're in the same boat.
But the two of you notice that your friends are your companions and friend are not really looking great. Even Alistair seems to be a little off his game at the moment.
Yeah, I
Chemical
ain't
look
feeling
at-
well.
Kamek will actually look at Mia first. You look even more like death. Are
Yeah.
you alright?
No, I'm not. I know what this is all about now. I've had a good think on it overnight. I never should have come out here with all of you Especially that one over there, Alistair, and his backstabbing ways. I know what he's doing.
Well, like we mentioned the other day, you didn't have to come with us.
Yes, and you all didn't have to agree to go on this fool's errand either.
I need money.
We should all just turn back now or kill that stupid bear and be done with it.
Did somebody say something?
Certainly not.
Eriko's just basically she's just like sunk into herself right now. She's just basically ignoring the world around her.
Milani's probably staying towards the edge of the camp, gripping her glaive because the glaive doesn't store. It just doesn't.
You can't technically sheath the glaive.
Nope. So she's probably gripping it over and over again, and every once in a while her hand passes over her, was it right side or right shoulder?
What the hell's happened to you all last night? One's on edge. All right, silent treatment. Okay.
I think we all just came to the same realization that we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't even be traveling together, any of us.
You could just let me go?
Or kill you.
Well,
Oh, I'd kill you if I let you go.
that would be a bit counterproductive, but I guess
When
that
she
would
says
be an
you
option
can just
too.
let me go, Yuriko slaps her.
Okay.
Money would still be good, Nalani.
She's like, she's not trying to do damage, but just her
The shut up kind of slap.
Yeah, it's just like
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, shutting up.
When Kimek speaks, Nalani's eyes are cut back over. Just real, the same intense stare she's giving Charity yesterday. She's giving everyone, and she goes quiet again, and she's just staring.
They're gonna go next to Kukaval and just kind of lean in, so kind of a whisper.
All of you who have not had a restful sleep begin to hear, run. You're in danger.
Bitch is stealing my Halloween story from Mass Effect.
Is there a direction it came from, or is it kind of all around?
All around you. You're muted.
Do I need to make a save to not run?
No.
Okay, then I'm not running.
Yeah. Goliath will stand her ground.
Kukaval, what the hell's happened to everyone?
Is there any kind of check that I should do to try to figure this shit out? Because, I mean, even if I figure it out, I don't think I've got jack squat to help.
The kind of medicine check or something we can do?
I mean, you can definitely do a medicine check if you want. But
Yeah,
that would require them allowing you to get close enough to examine them. You'll be safe if you run. I can help you. Get away from them now.
Yuriko's gonna like her boomerang's off her back, and she's just like looking around, waiting for something to pop out the snow because she's itching for a fight.
Nalani's
What
going
are you
to
looking for?
Not yell, but she'll speak back. Why don't you show yourself, coward? Quit whispering on the wind.
These are not whispers. I am you.
Do they sound like our own voices?
They sound like you, yes.
Oh, okay.
I should have probably told you
wouldn't
that.
have said that if it sounded like her own thoughts. She's not that crazy. Yet. Give it time.
Give it a bit of time.
Only sleep weren't hit point based.
What's that?
Only the spell sleep weren't hit point based. Really nerfs the spell.
Is the forest that we're headed to? I know it's still like a day or so away. But is it close enough, or is it clear enough outside that we can see
You could
visually?
see, you
that the
can
forest is
you
in
can
that direction?
visually see it out like far in the distance, but it's
Okay.
it's definitely in visual range at least.
I'm going to pack up my tent and stuff and just start marching in that direction. I would run, but my speed is halved, so even if I run, it's more of a hobble.
Can I make an argument
are
for
you
sleep
leaving
being a
because you-
wisdom save?
No,
Have an ambush coming our way.
what's that?
She's gonna turn. Lonnie's gonna turn to Mia and kind of stop her, trying to physically put herself between her and the exit. 'Cause
You don't like. Okay, so
I don't
you're-
want to get that close to her, but I want to circle around so
Yeah.
that I'm not. I basically want to be in her way so that she's
Gotcha.
forced to come towards me.
Gotcha.
Are you trying to run because you have something planned?
I'm trying to leave because staying here now has another threat factor, doesn't it?
Oh.
Now it's the monsters of the
Ground
night,
and poofed.
it's the environment, and it's all of you. Any one
Oh,
of these
no.
things could kill me at any moment.
We don't know what you've been doing with when you run into your tent to make yourself look so horrid. You could have been laying traps for us every night. And now leaving before you get caught in them.
And I could say the same about all of you.
So how about we agree to this? We at least stay together until we exit the forest, that none of us can trap the other one. As much as
We
I
had
don't want to be near you.
one rough day and we're all of a sudden turning on each other. This is a sad sight.
Could I do an insight check on Nolani to try and determine whether her suggestion has nefarious intent behind it?
Sure, do it at disadvantage.
Disadvantage and -3? Oh,
Yep.
good lord.
Insult to injury.
Okay, that's a -1.
-1. You think that she's trying to get you to stay so she can kill you.
How far away are they?
They're not that far away. They're probably like a good 30, 40 feet out of camp.
I feel like we're
my
circling
speed
each
is
other, like
halved,
not
so-
going anywhere near each other, but
Okay, I'm gonna flap behind the tent, and I'm gonna try to stealthily cast sleep on them, the two of them.
Okay. So bring up sleep because it is a stupid spell.
It's literally the only thing I can even
I know.
remotely think of helping.
Sleep is such a pointless spell in this game anymore.
It's a great spell for using
low
on
levels.
NPCs.
And
Yeah,
guess
on
what?
NPCs.
We're low level.
All right, so
and
roll.
Mia keeps hurting herself in the morning.
Yeah, so 5d8.
Yeah, this spell is definitely only good at the beginning, and then afterwards it's like, what's the point?
No, seriously, can we discuss making this a wisdom save? Because
I
it's the only way
have
the spell
been-
gets
I have
decent.
been working on a means to rework the sleep spell,
Ooh.
but it as a means to make it balanced and usable after the first level, but not make
Seriously.
it completely broken.
That's fair.
32 HP worth.
32 HP worth. Mia, how much HP do you have right now?
Right now,
Like 20 something.
Does it
Um,
count temp HP?
well the
shouldn't.
temp HP is gone because that
Yeah, temp HP is gone.
that time has passed.
Right.
Did we get a short rest during our sleep?
No, you got no rest whatsoever.
No rest whatsoever. Okay, so I only have 14 HP.
Okay. So, and then how much HP does Nalani have right now?
36.
36. Okay, so
So Mia falls unconscious.
yeah, Mia falls unconscious.
Well, falls asleep.
Can I try and figure out why?
Sure.
I
Well,
mean, I'm
give-
just basically looking around to see if I can figure out if something did something to her.
Give me an arcana check, because there is a verbal component to this.
Oh, okay.
I did say I was trying to do it stealthily.
Oh, it's at disadvantage
so
though because I'm exhausted.
Can I roll a stealth check?
There is no stealth check, no.
10.
10. You don't know what happened. It looks like she was about to like say something cutting to you, and then she just falls face down into the snow.
Did
Mia.
the sleep spell only affect the two of us?
Yeah, because that's all that's all he was targeting was you two, and like nobody else has HP low enough after it takes the it out of Mia. So
Okay.
Mia, I need a wisdom saving throw from you. As
I mean,
this,
y'all are the only two freaking out.
as this sleep is racked with nightmares as well.
Oh dear. Okay, that's not bad. It's 12.
Okay. So
Not bad
Feel
for
proud of
me,
that.
I
even
should
though
say.
even though you are asleep, you're still going to take a point of exhaustion.
Okay,
and
so that
you
brings me up
drop-
to 3 points.
You drop another 4 wisdom points.
I only have 1 wisdom left now.
As
Somebody
Kukaval,
slap me awake.
Kukaval, as you see her fall,
I'm not touching you.
there's a brief moment where she's still, and then she begins to convulse and like flail in her sleep, and you can see her face, even though the eyes are closed, her face is just distraught with panic.
All right, so shall we carry her and go? You're muted.
We should go back. Cannot survive.
Nice. Sounds like maybe we should. It's going to be difficult to travel with some unconscious and people on edge. Should we just relax here for the day or attempt to go? I certainly can't carry anyone.
Could be faking. She could stab us while we're carrying her.
As there's a soft giggle from Charity as she just takes a seat in the camp and just looking at all of you.
She giggles, she gets a slap.
What the fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything.
What is happening then?
Looks like everybody's losing their mind.
You're
Sure.
about to lose your head then.
Okay.
What is happening?
What's in it for me?
Your life, if you're lucky.
You forget I'm a doll. That doesn't bother me.
Hmm.
All these threats of killing me, all you're doing is, in the end, murdering the woman whose body I inhabit. Simply because
I
I'm
could
getting
still-
on your nerves.
I can still just bury you underneath the snow.
Again, you're threatening me with nothing. I can help, but it's going to cost you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And what is your so-called price?
Well, first off, you take these bindings off of me.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
You take the bindings off of me and I'll lead you directly to my mother's place without any more of this wandering about in the snow. Or you could continue to
tried
trek
to-
forward. It's up to you.
You tried to kill us earlier. What makes us think we're going to suddenly trust you?
I did no such thing.
You tried to sick the bear on us.
I took a moment of opportunity. Unfortunately, he still doesn't fight. You can't tell me if the moment arose and you were in my situation, you wouldn't do the same.
But if you already see that we are keeping you alive,
again, I don't honestly care. By killing me, you do more damage to that child. You ensure that she's never found. You ensure that the mother is killed as well. I'm your only way to her.
you've said that before, and that's why you are with us. It's not like we doubted you.
Oh, I'm just stating the obvious.
It's
Enjoying the
very
little show
obvious.
of your companion's descent into madness. That one's
Is-
right on the edge. What's that?
Does our paranoia extend to Charity as well?
Yeah, it extends to like anybody around you. It's just you think everybody is out to get you.
She speaks nothing but lies. We should just kill her and leave.
I mean, she's always lying.
If you kill
That
me,
is true.
you can, you doom the child. Well, not doom her. She'll be well taken care of. But you'll doom yourselves, as I'm the only one that knows how to get rid of what's affecting everyone.
I'm perfectly fine.
I only care about what is affecting my companion over here.
Well, then you should know that every time your companion sleeps, she's just going to drop more and more into madness until she finally gives in and dies. Have you ever seen what happens to somebody with a broken mind? Really quite fascinating.
Tell me what's stopping me from taking your head right now and just leaving.
Nothing really.
Doesn't
Just
sound like you're in a very good position.
nor you. You free me, you allow me to go home, and I will tell you how to get rid of this infliction on your companions. Or you can just sit back like I'm going to and watch the festivities.
Whatever happened about taking us all the way?
I could do that too if you wish to meet her. My mother is quite an amazing woman.
Well, the good news is if you cross us, it's not like we don't have means to get you again. We did it once already.
I have no intention to cross any of you.
I've heard that before. From you.
I haven't crossed you yet.
Oh, you have. Been plotting against us this whole time.
Don't listen to the peanut gallery, dear. She's already on her way down that path of madness.
Well, I have no disillusions that something is up with her, considering I've been traveling long enough with her to know that there is something amiss. I am not so stupid to think that. But I'm also not so stupid to trust you, but again, I need her assistance to survive. And I'll go ahead and I'll untie the rope.
You. Now,
Go on.
the simple answer.
If she tries to run, Yuriko's gonna knock her the fuck out.
The simple
Just
answer
kinda-
is the best means to get this off is sleep, but at the same way, it's also the deadliest. As you can very
There.
well see at your twitching friend over there.
Is there a way to help prevent it?
Prevent it? No. Stop it? Yes. You must find the cause of what is... Well, the source of what is causing this and destroy it.
What is the cause?
Well, you did free me. It's one of the stuffed animals that your little friend carries.
Burn them all.
You have to destroy them in order to be sure.
Simple fire would do the trick.
They're simple toys. I mean, fire would most definitely do the trick.
I look over at Kukaval. It's not like you can find more less possessed, creepy beings. Can make a bonfire and just throw them all in.
Don't we still have a fire? We haven't packed the camp yet.
Yeah, you've got like the little breakfast fire.
Well, go on.
Saddest flap flops you can imagine. As he moves towards the fire. Just because he wants, I want to roll insight just to see if he believes this.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 21.
A 21. You believe it. Well, I won't say that you believe it. Her tone sounds to at least be honest.
All right. Well, he'll sad flap over and he's gonna start with the wooden toy soldier because he's not really attached to that one.
Okay, and you throw it into the fire and slowly but surely burns away.
See anything happen?
And she kind of shakes her head. It's not how it works, little one. They're gonna need some sleep to get rid of the ill effects. It may take some time to recover. It's not just break the correct one and it's all done.
But the cause is essentially gone.
Well,
But we don't know if it's that one, so
Well, if you
I'll burn them all.
No.
okay. Do you burn the
Beetle's
charity doll?
gonna be the last one.
Do you burn the charity doll?
No, we don't.
No.
burn the bear.
Okay, I'm just asking. And when you go to like throw the beetle into the fire, she kind of stops you. It's not that one, I promise.
Okay, insight on that one.
Okay,
I would like to insight that as well, actually.
sure.
Not trust.
Yeah, if Azure Claw says not trust.
Well, Azure Claw has also been showing some goofy signs as well.
Yeah. That's a 13 for
I
me.
resemble that remark.
13. What did you get?
I did a natural 20 for a 25.
She's sincere, telling you that it's not that one. You don't need to get rid of it.
Aw, he spared you one.
Thank you, DM. Okay, he'll hold on to that one then, I guess. Mia is actually asleep right now. So do I see a difference in how she's sleeping?
She still looks a bit pale, but she's not convulsing anymore.
Well, then that's a good sign. And I'll take
For
it as-
normal complexion. At this point, that's her normal complexion.
Yeah.
There's no use in dragging a unconscious body around. I suggest we take the day to just rest here.
Agreed.
If everyone else is feeling paranoid, I can at least move some of the snow around so you can be safe but far. And since no one's saying anything, Chemic's just gonna go around and just kind of push more of the snow back.
Are you making snow cubicles?
Maybe.
Kunko
Don't
feels.
want your
Go ahead.
don't want your magic anywhere near my campsite.
Funny since I made it. Chemic just totally ignores Nalani knowing that something's wrong. She's like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Kunko's gonna go over to Mia and he's gonna pull her into a tent and try to make as comfortable situation for her as possible.
Okay. So how many days are you staying here?
Well, we're at least seeing what happens the next day.
How many sleeps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start with one.
At least one.
Yeah,
So-
start with one
okay.
and figure out if
So
it
while
improved.
everyone sleeps, and you're keeping an eye on everyone, Zorro, can you roll me percentiles?
Back to the 8. There we go. Oh, okay. 93.
Nice. All right. Surprisingly enough, Charity stays and actually assists you when you allow.
Oh.
Everyone who was crazy, you're no longer crazy. You get a restful sleep so you can remove 1 point of exhaustion. And you recover 3 wisdom points.
Yay, lesson
That's a
Spain.
start.
I need my other one.
Okay, now I'm back up to half my normal wisdom.
Yeah, but at least you're not crazy anymore.
Do we remember what happened?
Oh, yeah, you do. It's not something that just goes away. You remember the feelings of paranoia and the whispers.
Okay, wonderful. I've been waiting for this opportunity. Knowing what we're inflicted with, can I do an Arcana check to see or determine or estimate if this is typical of hag magic?
Yes, you may.
That is very good. That's 25.
It is most definitely hag magic.
Okay.
This reeks of hag. And I will
You know how they smell.
I will put the description of what's going on in chat in our Discord for you to read.
Oh my.
So, do we carry those feelings of paranoia forward?
Actually, I will send this to HB Fox because this is information that he would have.
Yep,
Okay.
that's fair.
Yep.
And if you want to share it with the rest of the group, you can.
I mean, I as the player always do, but do I as the -3 wisdom character want to share it?
Do we carry those feelings of paranoia forward, or do we know we were acting funny?
What's that?
Do we know we were acting funny, or
It's more
do we
of
think we were acting normal?
at the moment. It's like a mental scar. It's like you
Okay.
still. It's like you're recovering from the paranoia. You're recovering from that. It is severe trauma
Okay.
that you're going through at the moment.
At least everyone looks a little bit better. Is it
Right,
like
yep.
evening at this point?
What's that?
Is it in the evening at this point?
No, this is a brand new day as everyone
Brand new
wakes
day,
up.
okay.
Yeah, like they pretty much slept through the entire day. Once you were able
Okay.
to coax them into their own tents, and get sleep. It's, it's been a full day.
Okay.
But at the start of the next morning, Charity is there making food.
When Nolani exits the tent, she'll give Kimmick like a pat on the head. That's all she does. Is she goes on to. She doesn't really want to eat that food, so
Yeah, I'm not
find
eating Charity's
rations.
food. Yeah,
So you're back to normal.
that's just looking
Ish.
for trouble.
Ish.
I'm glad you can at least stand to the side of me now.
Esther Claw goes over and pokes the food.
You
Food pokes back.
you poke it into
That's what I'm hoping it doesn't.
you
do.
like poke a claw into like a very warm like breakfast porridge. We do have bowls.
I'm going to sample this off my claw.
Okay. Can you roll me a d3?
Yes, I can.
Anyone else who is sampling the porridge may roll me a d3 as well.
Does it taste like death? 1.
1. Okay. No, it tastes good. It tastes nice. It tastes nice and warm and filling.
I'd probably be eating it too at this
Yeah.
point.
3.
That's not a number that is within the parameters.
Are we
2.
rolling?
A d3
D4.
if you're eating
Or D3.
Charity's porridge.
I can eat porridge. For 1.
Okay. How much did you roll, HP Fox?
2.
2. Are Yuriko and Nolani eating as well?
No, I already said she wasn't. So
Yeah, I'm not eating the porridge.
Okay. So for Azure Claw and Mia, that number on the D3 that you rolled, that you can recover that many exhaustion points. For Kemek and Unkaval, at any point in time today, you have that many spell slots that you can recover as a bonus action.
Oh shit.
nice.
Okay, she's not trying to murder us.
Nope.
Yeah, so Mia's looking a lot better after having that food.
We're all infected with lycanthropy, though.
Good.
Oh my god, a were-goblin.
You're starting to look better. A little more color in those cheeks.
Starting to feel better as well.
Yeah,
I
you were going
reckon-
crazy.
Yes, I am a little bit ashamed of that behavior, but I also recognize the magic that was influencing us.
I had a feeling that if anyone did, you would have.
Is the caster of this magic waiting for us at our destination?
It is my mother. I will not tell you a lie.
What do you suspect it to be?
A very
I'm talking
powerful
to Mia.
creature.
Hmm.
A
Well,
type
we already had that
of-
heads up.
I myself am not too fond of the connotations of this term, but a type of hag.
You would be kind not to say that around her as well, because she feels the same way.
It is disrespectful.
Which then?
Practitioner of the free arts.
Does Yuriko know about hacks?
Yes.
I-
Yuriko is a hunter. Yuriko knows of hags.
I have to ask, they're not everywhere. They feel like they're everywhere, but they're not everywhere.
No, they are prominent creatures in like this part of the world.
All right, so Yuriko's fine with calling her a hag, and she'll say it in infernal, so that way she knows that she knows that she's talking specifically to the doll.
On the plus side of things, if that is the type of person that is waiting for us, not all hope is lost. This could be resolved civilly,
My mother is a civil person.
as most of her kind are, in my experience.
You have dealings with hags.
A little bit. I'm feeling very judged right now for saying that.
Good, because I'm judging you.
I'm not. Hags or practitioners are often misjudged beings.
Oh, so the children stealing, village murdering, that's just,
They only
happen.
do that when they are slighted.
Right.
Who slighted
There,
this one?
there must
Oh,
be a lot of
nobody
slighted
slighted.
villages.
Nobody slighted this one. Nobody stole that child. That was me. He's just making sure that the child is well taken care of.
Of course.
What's that?
Kamek just was like, oh, of course. Like, semi-mocking.
I promise. When we get to her home, you will see that that child is unharmed, well-fed, and happy.
And at the end of the day, I think it really is the child's decision as to where they would like to remain. So
With a hag.
if that's where they're happiest, why should we be the ones to take her away?
Because children don't know any better.
I can say the same for some adults too.
That's fair.
The one who
Right.
that I inhabit neglected the child, not abused the child, but more was focused on her work than anything. Hence why I was given life.
Right.
She got,
And-
well, to be fair, she got her talents as a seamstress and a toy maker from my mother.
This is what happened when magic goes unregulated.
So when she says that, Yuriko's gonna grab the doll, the bear, and pull the string. What is your dealings with this hag?
What she says is true. I sought talent in order to help secure my family's well-being.
You made a deal with the hag for this.
Yes,
Pulls the string.
I made a deal to spread joy and happiness. Hence why I'm a toy maker.
Spread it to everyone except your own child.
She looks over at the she looks over at her other half. I'm sad to admit, but yes. But it does not give you the right to steal my body. And Charity shakes her head. It was the only means to make sure that your child received the love that she so deserved.
Thanks for finally speaking up about it. Well, yeah, everyone's back in their sound mind. I didn't want to have to leave everyone behind. I can't deal with stupid people.
Who's ready to go home? Or to my home, anyway.
That is up to them and how they're feeling.
I'll be ready to go in just a moment.
You may not want to do the thing that you do, dear. You're not in the right condition for it.
Well, then perhaps I'm ready to go right now.
All right. Well,
Yeah, this is a good idea, Kamek.
Now that I know this is a hag, I tend to greatly agree with your large friend. Dealings with hags are not recommended.
Not recommended, maybe, but as long as you're polite and you mind your manners, you'll be fine.
There's no guarantee in that, and you know it.
That you'll mind your manners? No, you're kind of a spitfire. But just to be warned that my mother offends easily. And you would not like mother when she's angry.
I don't like your mother when she's not angry.
You've never met my mother.
I don't need to meet a hag to know I don't like her.
That's the prejudice that keeps them in seclusion.
Well, you show me a good hag, and maybe my prejudice will be eased a bit. But I've never seen or heard anything good from any hag.
No? Maybe I will surprise you today then.
Stole a child and kidnapped the body. You're not impressing me so far.
There are plenty of good ones out there. As to not offend when we arrive, what should we address her as?
I'll let her decide that.
Understood.
How do you know there aren't? There are good hags.
Just like there are good and bad people.
Precisely.
Nobody is defined simply because of who they are or what they are.
Well, again, when
There's an entire coven in this area that's dedicated to helping and curing the sick and injured in these villages. You may have seen them wandering in from time to time. Not necessarily looking like a quote-unquote hag, but
Yuriko's gonna start doing like some mental math. Does she feel like she might have seen?
You do know that there are like roaming groups of people that do come in from time to time to the towns and assist the healers.
Do they happen to be all women?
No. They do not.
So I've heard everyone's opinions except the one I asked for. Kimmick?
Well, it pains me to say this, but I agree with the false charity. Can't always judge a book by its cover. It's not what defines them, it's their actions. So I am willing to see what happens and be civil. But I also agree with this one over here, and child's decision is the child's decision. We were told to see what the problem was and return.
Fine with letting the child make the decision, just is it a wise idea to visit a
Hag?
witch? And she'll look at Charity and pause for a moment before she says witch.
Witches are different. Witches are a different classification of practitioner. Well, you have a choice. You've always had a choice. You still have a choice. Now,
Again, I don't fully trust it, but a job's a job.
I mean, to be fair, you should never fully trust anything around you.
I mean,
Exactly.
we could leave the charity bearer this charity and just walk away and say that they either evaded us or that we tracked them down and they were fine.
I would not be very comfortable with that type of lie.
I wouldn't think you would. Mia, if you could, in one of the saddlebags in my tent, you'll find a little wooden door. Can you bring it to me?
Of course. I will go retrieve it.
And suddenly we're taking her orders.
No, Mia's taking her orders.
You retrieve it, and it's like a little Lego door that you bring to her.
Like literally, it's like a little Lego door.
Yeah, it's a little Lego door.
It's awesome.
Interesting looking contraption.
Character, like me, the player, thinks that's awesome. My character's like, oh, this is bad.
So she walks over a little bit, and she sits. She goes, oh, by the way, before I do this is a bit of a shortcut home. Now, if you wish to continue traveling up by foot and 2 horses, we can do that. Or I can just take us and save us some time and exhaustion.
I'd rather get straight there if it will do the trick.
I agree.
We still don't know what our game plan is now that we know that we're dealing with a hag. I doubt she's going to give the child up easily.
Well, I'm not so dumb to want to provoke a hag if what she says is true and can be civil. So I will try that approach first and then go from there.
I'm letting all of you know now, I refuse to make any deals with her.
Who says that we're making deals? It's just a conversation.
It's a slippery slope.
I mean, it most definitely can be, but you don't have to worry. She's not one to just act out rashly. She's not the murderous hag that you hear in your childhood stories.
It's not childhood stories, it's first-hand account.
Well, I pity you then that you had such horrible accounts with her kind, but she is a dignified woman.
I can agree with the others that you can't judge a book by its cover. I've seen plenty of what should be good folk be bad. Kimek, I'm gonna follow your lead on this. And better not get us killed.
Well, look on the bright side. If it doesn't go the way that we would like, I'd be perfectly happy to see you kill her.
Goodness. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I would not like to see my mother dealt with in such a horrible fashion. But I don't think that will be a problem. As long as you promise to be on your behavior, she will be on hers. And I will be on mine.
So far, you've kept your word. Keep holding you to it.
That's one thing about me is once I give my word, I cannot go back on it. What sort of child's toy would I be if I were to mislead a child?
Good to know.
So, are we all in agreement to take this door?
Seems like the best path to take, yes.
Indeed.
Suppose.
Kunko will walk up to Human Charity, or Body Snatcher Charity, however you want to put it. You say you cannot go back on your word.
Yes.
Would you be willing to give your word that if the child does not choose you, you will respect that decision?
If my little girl wishes to be with her mother instead of me, then I will happily abide by that.
Okay.
Are there any other questions, concerns, misgivings, insults?
I have plenty of concerns and misgivings, but I'll save my insults for now.
Don't worry, Yuriko. I promise, as long as everybody minds their tongue and shows the proper respect, you will get out of this alive. But since everybody here is ready to go, she walks over and she kind of she sets the door down in this in the snow, and she knocks on the little door and walks back to you as the door slowly begins to grow in size until it's about a medium-sized Lego door. Well, Who's first?
Yuriko's not stepping into that door first. It's not gonna happen.
I don't mind stepping through first.
Flap. I'm already flapping.
Before we enter, Kemek is going to cast Mage Armor on themselves.
Okay.
And I'm following Kimmik in, so until Kimmik moves.
Yuriko will put a hand on Claw's shoulder and whisper in his ear, "You seem to fight very much like I do. Should things turn sour, I have your back, but the child is my top priority to get out of there."
Everyone comes back.
Okay. So, Charity opens the door. And there's a bit of warm air that kind of wafts in from it. And the smell of what almost smells like cinnamon and cookies and cocoa. And you can hear a bit of music playing, as well as a child laughing.
Is it in a creepy way or in a child play way? Because if it's in a creepy way, I'm going back out that door.
In a childish play way. So are all of you just standing at the door, or are you gonna...
No, after Mia walks in, I'm gonna walk in.
And I will
I
follow
will
Kimmik
follow
in.
suit.
Yuriko makes a point to be the last one through the door.
And we bring the horses with us.
The horses
Just like
won't...
walk
the
them
horses
through
won't...
the door.
The horses... you know what? Yeah, you could bring the horses in. The door is big enough to accommodate them.
Yay!
Yay!
I mean,
Save my
we
last
have
two
two of them
horses.
left.
Yeah, we've already killed 2 of Nolani's horses. I don't want to kill the other 2.
I was like,
Yeah,
are these
fair enough.
rentals? I was
That
like,
was-
no, that's right.
These
No,
these
no,
are
they're
purchased.
not.
And those 2 deaths weren't on purpose.
What's that?
Those 2 deaths weren't on purpose.
Help my
Nope.
horses.
They were just unfortunate ones.
Collateral damage.
I shall have my revenge.
Don't take a hammer to that die roll.
Right?
Show them who's boss.
All right. So before we get introduced to the mother hag, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Get up, freshen our drinks, stretch our legs, and all that fun stuff. And we will be right back.
helmsman, I ask you, will you follow me tonight to break their spine and reclaim what once was mine? Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Oh, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
And we are back. ADH Adventures, thank you for that raid. Everyone, welcome on in. Oh, I gotta unmute everyone. That'd probably be a good idea.
That'd be
Little bit.
nice.
We'd like
So-
to
You
be able
don't
to talk.
have to, but it would definitely help.
Definitely help. So as you go through this door, you step out into a forest clearing. Light snow on the floor, vibrant green trees all around you. About 20 feet away from you is this large table decorated with a ton of pastries and other baked goods. Multicolored cushions lay on or spread out on either side of the table itself. On either side, you see two stuffed dragons sitting next to a strange looking child. On the other side, two of those toy soldiers that Unkaval once had. Off to the back corner of this grove, you see Fluffy, that large stuffed dire bear, almost just sleeping away. And then at the head of the table is this large looming individual dressed in a very long flowing golden gown. Her hair almost done in the like the multiple pigtails on either side, and her face covered with a hand-painted porcelain mask. And as you get in, the being at the back of the table kind of clasps her hands together as she stands up from her cushions, and she's a good 9.5 feet tall. As she begins to walk around the table towards the group, you can see that there is a belt around her waist with numerous different pockets and needles and spools of thread. And she kind of like waves her hand away, and the music that was playing dies down. Well. I didn't expect to see any of you so early. Charity dear, I guess it must be you didn't want to walk. And Charity smiles and shakes her head. No, Mother, it was the other way around. I was helping these individuals get here. They ran afoul of one of the puppets, and, well, they weren't looking too well. And I didn't want to sit in one place for a couple days while they recovered, so they took me up on my offer to just bring them here. Everyone? My mother, everyone.
Give a courteous bow.
Small head nod. An
Say small head nod.
There's a nod.
Yuriko does not nod. She actually, like, instinctually just grabs her boomerang. She doesn't pull it off her back, but just this knowing that she's in the presence of a hag just gets her adrenaline starting to
In
run.
response, she gives you all a polite curtsy. And as she does, the child gets up from its cushion and walks over by her. And my cat begins to climb the door.
Just saw that in the background.
I just need to install a cat door, to be honest. But the child's movements are a little strange. Almost at sometimes labored, other times forced. But she comes to like stand next to Charity's mother. And you can instantly see that this is not a normal child. They look to be about 10. Long, soft blonde hair. Looks to have half elven features. But the skin is too smooth. The eyes not natural.
Charity's daughter get other mothered.
As it takes a moment, but you realize that this child is not a child that you would normally encounter. It's a doll.
Amelia's not anywhere that we can see.
The child kind of like looks around and just she sees Charity and she instantly just runs over to her and just gives her a big hug.
But this is not Amelia, right?
This is.
Mother, I've missed you. I am so happy that you survived that accident. Who are your friends? She kind of like peeks around. She peeks around Charity.
Yuriko looks at Charity and in Infernal, she's like, this is what you call safe.
You don't need to speak that language around here, but I don't know what you mean safe. My little girl is perfectly fine. Yes, ma'am, I'm perfectly fine. I've just been having tea and cakes with grandmother.
I would like to extend my apologies to you, little one. I was the cause of that accident. I meant you no harm.
No, I understand. The situation was, well, one that could not have been helped. Mother had been discovered and we needed to make a hasty exit.
Did the child look like this at the accident site?
Give me a history roll. She was kind of like looking out the back window.
When I walked her away from the cart. 14.
Looks exactly the same. Is everything okay, everyone? You seem to be a little taken aback.
New information coming to light on our little quest here, that's all.
The Charity's mother kind of walking closer to the group to where she's standing next to Charity and Amelia. And what information is that?
The child,
Say no more. Yes. I can see the look of confusion on all of your faces. Amelia here is a child. Of my making.
Happened to the original.
That is the original.
Hmm.
Her daughter was made.
Yes. You see, Charity here, well, I would assume the Charity that one of you have, came to me in distress when she was younger. She had lost her family in a horrible accident. And she was so distraught that I decided to take pity on her. I crafted her a loving family, one that she could look over, and in exchange, she agreed to work to spread happiness to others in similar dire situations. But it seems things have taken a turn. Now, I must ask, what is your intention here?
I look at everyone else. Do others know she is a doll?
No, when she is out of this forest, she looks a little more human. Unless caused some sort of physical trauma. She has a bit of a glamour on her.
What would they do if they knew?
Well, seeing as how they would probably act similar to that one, she points over to Yuriko, who's got her hand on her boomerang.
Well, no, she has it on the underhand side.
Well, either way. I thank you for returning my daughter to me. If that was your extent, I would welcome you to stay the night, if you so wished. Get some sleep. Eat hearty, and then be on your way in the morning. Unless there's something else I can do for you.
Send us back.
I'm sorry?
Send us back.
I can send you back. That's not a problem. Kungaval, you kind of feel like a tug, like on the collar of your armor, and the bearers they're kind of like pointing at the pull string.
I'll hold the bear up so that everybody can see and hold the pull strings.
You have to get me my body back. You can't let them get away with this. Yes, I made a mistake, but that is not her daughter. That is my daughter.
Daughter is a construct.
My daughter
Uses the term lightly.
My daughter is my daughter.
I have no interest.
No interest in what?
In what happens going forward. We did our job.
So you're just going to doom me to this form? Why bring me along if that was your intention the entire time?
Because we thought your child was flesh and blood and bone.
She is my child nonetheless.
So is the soul of your child in that construct? Or was this just part of your deal with
She is
her
my
mother?
daughter. There was no black magic at play. There was no souls transferred anywhere. There was no loss of life. She was created for me, as was my husband.
That you neglected, apparently.
Your husband
Wait,
was
the husband was a doll too?
Yes.
Did we notice that or
Nope.
not at all? The glamour is that good. Yuriko's just like she's like she's just like she's really pissed off because she thought she was saving a child, and she's basically got duped into helping someone who reneged on a hag deal.
Technically, he didn't renege on it.
I mean, that's how she sees it.
You speak of your daughter and your husband as though they're your property.
No, they are my family.
And it took them being taken from you for you to treat them that way?
No, I've always loved my family. I just got wrapped up in the work. I didn't neglect them in any sort of physical way. I just was taken up by the craft. I wanted to make others happy, and in return, I've ended up sacrificing the happiness of those I love.
So you let your work take priority over the people you were supposed to love and care for.
Same
What
could
it
be
sounds like to me.
same could be said for many parents.
Yes, and every one of them should face a consequence for those actions. Those sorts of decisions affect your children and your partners for their life.
So you're saying I should just be cursed and doomed for the rest of mine because I made a mistake?
Perhaps you can atone and make another deal. It does seem like that could be potential in your future.
So you will not help me?
Ringo's gonna take the doll charity and walk up to the body snatcher charity. You gave word to let child decide.
And the child kind of looks at the doll and looks up at the human charity. Decide what? Mother is mother.
Which one?
Both.
There you go. The child can make an argument then to help you atone.
And the child kind of takes the bear from Ungaval.
He loves it.
This way now, I can love her.
There you have it.
Perhaps then that is the price you must pay in order to give your daughter love. Be with her in that form.
And the bear kind of like looks back to all of you and just shakes its head. I have never stopped loving her, as she's now starting to talk without the string.
That's new.
Then this is your opportunity to show it. Choose her over yourself.
You're just like all the other. Judgmental to a fault.
I'm not judging. I just don't care enough. It is none of my business what transpires here. It is not my family.
You were sent to rescue a child, and yet now you leave her. I asked you for help to getting my body back, but now you leave me.
Technically, the child can still come back.
Little humans. Always caught up in the superiority. Always judging us. And to think I had such high hopes for all of you. You began to show promise when you started to trust her.
When she says you began to trust her, she means the body snatcher charity?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm really confused.
Extremely confused. Not even sure what's going on anymore.
You started to trust her because you cut her free, you ate her food, you made a deal with her to, you trusted her to keep her end of the bargain.
Yeah, but that wasn't this charity and the bear doll. It was the bear charity and the flesh and blood charity.
The bear charity is saying this.
Yeah, that's what's confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Yuriko's gonna look up at Mama or Grandma or Mima, whatever the hell we want to call her, so she doesn't like start casting true polymorph on us. I know their kit. It's not the first time I've been true polymorphed by a hag, sir.
No, you know the monster manual hags.
Yeah, that's the base, and then you sprinkle a little Rojan on it, and you run.
Oh
for
no,
the hills.
I disregard the manual and create my own.
Yuriko's gonna ask Mima, do you have any intention of sorting this out between these three?
What three? There was only one. I was testing all of you.
Nani?
As the bear kind of like falls lifeless to the ground and just begins to unravel as it then like crawls up into the dress itself.
Of course.
Sensed goodness in some of you. Uncavaldir, you don't have to worry. If you wish to leave, you can.
Do not understand.
I was bringing you all here for assistance. Maybe I can still count on it.
Powerful as you are, what could you possibly hope to gain from asking us for assistance?
What makes you think I'm so powerful? I am a seamstress.
Right.
Seamstress with extra abilities, it seems. What happens now?
I don't know.
Who's left of the three?
The three of them. So it's Grandma, Charity, and Amelia.
Okay, so
I don't know.
So the little
honestly.
bear is gone.
The little bear is gone.
Okay.
Part of me still wants to ask you for help, but there's other part of me that feels you can't be trusted and need to be punished.
Punished for what?
Letting child decide which mother it wanted.
No.
Then what?
Your indifference. It's not very kind.
Not to sound cliche, but neither is the world.
It's why it's something I choose to fix. I can make all of
Good
you.
luck.
Place to make choice.
I can make you all happy. Get rid of all those negative thoughts inside your head.
What drives me?
Times we agree, Kimmick.
That's a sad existence.
Is
Distrust. Judging. Think of all, you're innocent, dear. You're perfect as you are. I will happily make you any sort of bug you want. Azure Claw, I see purpose inside of you. Drive. Nothing else. Only duty. Yeah, I see duplicity. Which I think honestly is probably the worst out of all. It's not only do you lie to them, but in times you lie to yourself. It is such a miserable existence. But do not worry. When I'm done, all of you will be happy. We just have to make a few alterations.
I politely decline.
If it's anything like the curse that you bestowed us with, I want no part of it, I'm afraid.
Curse? What curse? I gave you no curse.
Your little puppeteering curse.
The puppeteering. She kind of like looks down at Charity. You use that curse against those that I would invite as my guests. And you can see like a look on Charity's face as she like slowly begins to back up.
Had me on the doorstep of insanity, she did.
Kimmick is grinning from ear to ear right now, just staring at Charity.
That is unacceptable. And you could see just panic now washing over Charity's face. Say, I only did what I had to do to bring them to you. This wasn't meant to be. And she stops as everyone can hear like audible stitching as her mouth is stitched shut.
Oh my god, yes.
Thought was you that cursed.
No, dear, I wanted you here as guests. That's why Fluffy did not attack you when he visited your camp. This changes everything. It seems that the misinformation given to you has altered your feelings about me. I apologize for that. Amelia, dear, from this moment on, you have no mother. And the threads from the spools kind of shoot out and they embed themselves into Charity and then begin to wind her up until she's like a spider cocoon that just falls to the floor. I would
had a
pass.
feeling.
I would pass judgment on you, but given the present circumstances, I am willing to just let you go.
You are too kind.
Kindness has nothing to do with it. I was slighted.
Indeed. Perhaps you should take better care of who you keep company in, because we don't want that to happen again, of course.
It seems like the city has influenced my daughter in the wrong way. That will not happen again.
Will you allow us back then still?
I'm hesitant now that you know I am here.
Ah, but we don't. We stepped through a doorway to get here. We really have no idea where here is.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh,
To
shit.
say entirely true.
Okay,
If
it's
it
not that
helps.
bad. It's a +1.
I would say you lie your ass off. You should have something in there.
If it helps, I was going to ask what she wanted help with.
I rolled a 14.
A 14 for persuasion.
Not bad.
Pray for one. Pray for one.
She got an 18.
Oh well, that's not a 1.
Well, you may not know where here is technically, but if I were to let you go, you know it's somewhere in the forest. That's all the information somebody like the dead mother needs to find me. And I'd much not want those hounds barking at my doorstep.
But you will have them regardless of what happens to us. Her partner, spouse, husband, construct, whatever he was, fell within the city walls. Didn't really have walls, but you understand what I mean. They will tear that body apart and discover what he is, and they'll come looking for the source, unless we can change their mind.
I don't know how much influence you think you have over them, but I highly doubt that them discovering that he is one of my creations would send them here. Most don't even know I live here.
Except
And if
we told them which direction we were going. Is that a chance you're willing to take?
she kind of pauses for a moment, contemplating. It's one of those situations to where I may be damned if I do, damned if I don't.
It
But-
helps that all charity's the one that gave away your location.
But silencing you all may give me at least a bit of time to prepare.
Moving house is not ideal for you, I'm sure. But letting us go could buy you a bit more time.
Let's just say I keep my house on my back.
All that much more time for you to make that getaway then, while we do our best to persuade them not to come chasing. And should we fail, you should be long gone by then. But if you kill us here, well, they could very well be on their way already.
What about the rest of you? How do you weigh it? I'm sorry, dear, you tend to reek of a little bit of desperation at this point.
Survival.
So you can understand where I'm coming from as well.
We
I come from the same
did
place.
complete job.
We were told to find the charity. We would not be lying when we say the charity is lost and dead. And unless you come for my life personally or my companion, I really don't care what you do. Nor would I even come for you unless you come for me. So, honestly, we've fulfilled our job. And that is that.
Malaya is just going to gesture towards Kimmick, like a, yeah.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yup. Kimmick said.
That was my opinion.
She kind of like waves her hand behind her, and the dolls and the table and everything disappear. And what of Amelia? If I remember correctly, part of the mission you were on was to rescue the girl.
I don't know about the rest of you, but that doesn't look like the Amelia I saw in town.
Agreed. Not to mention, it would also not be a lie saying that she is lost.
So I can't say I found her. We found the mother. The mother's gone.
And you don't think
No
they
lies
would
in that.
send more experienced trackers at that point?
It is hard to
To
say.
track down doll?
Does it
not
even leave a
child.
scent?
No mother.
Don't tell you which direction she went in. There was a heavy blizzard that blew through.
So what do you suggest? I just leave you to your whims, that you get back to town and hopefully spin a good enough story to make them believe that you failed.
No story is truth.
Indeed.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Why don't you bet on the chance that we can...
Because I haven't really made it all this time with relying on people I don't know I can trust.
Not fault you for that.
Same as we don't know that you won't stab us in the back as soon as we leave.
Exactly.
Here, if I wanted to stab you, I'd stab you in the front while looking you in the face.
People like to claim that a
Stabbing.
lot, even though they stab people in the back, so...
Perhaps if we gave them a reason not to come looking for the child.
I'm listening.
What is Amelia wearing right now? Like, does she have a jacket or anything on?
It's just
You read my mind.
It's just a soft, like, blue dress.
Okay. I'm going to kind of crouch down and motion at Amelia to come over to me.
The grandmother kind of puts her hand in front of the child.
I will do her no harm.
See that you don't. She lets her walk towards you.
Amelia, dear, I apologize in advance for this. That is a very pretty dress, but it's for your own safety.
What do you
Grab
mean?
some of the bottom of the dress and just tear it off. So I have a scrap of the dress.
And as you tear the dress off, you catch like a set of claws just right across your face. As like Amelia kind of like drops down into an aggressive stance. You're gonna take 4 points of slashing damage.
And I just kind of hold that position of being smacked across the face for a moment.
And you can see that her hands now have like these small bladed like claws coming out of them.
alarming, but I
You
suppose
ruined
not.
my dress.
I did, and I apologize, but it's to save you. And I'm going to take that scrap of dress and
I don't
just kind
need
of dab
saving.
the blood off of my face with it.
I don't need saving.
To help you, then, to help your grandmother. That's why we're here. We take this scrap of that beautiful dress back to those hunters.
And you kind of hear like a low growl coming from over where the grandmother is at. As you can like see the eyes of the mask sort of like glowing a soft red. And then Fluffy kind of like comes around. No, like feeling its patron's anger.
We take
We
this
have to have
back to the
proof.
hunters
You are not a nice person.
and tell them that the child fell, so they do not come looking.
There's
As-
proof, otherwise they will look.
Amelia lets out a scream as she lunges towards Mia.
This initiative.
Mia, can I get a grapple contest from you?
You sure can. The number to beat is 23.
23. You're barely able to like push her off of you. But she is just in a fury now.
Much for trying to help.
Do I have enough time to react to push Kimmick behind me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't look like
I
Amelia's
just get
even
punted behind. Whee!
it doesn't even look like Amelia is even paying attention to anyone else. It's just Mia.
Yeah, I'm more slide Kimmick behind me.
She kind of like looks over to the grandmother. Grandmother, I do not trust them. They are mean people. They tore my dress. We must teach
Becoming
them
your
kindness.
seamstress. You know she is a seamstress, right?
And the grandmother nods. As you wish, dear. Kindness will be taught.
Oh. Guess we'll go onto a map.
You are doing so good. Until you tore the dress.
Hey man, we gave them an out. It's their
The
fault for not
grandma's a
taking it.
freaking seamstress. She could totally do it, like fix it. This child is selfish.
They were not taking that bait in conversation. We had to give them something physical.
You know, it's not nice to attack people for tearing a dress. Kindness.
I had the same idea, but I was going to do that with Charity.
What's that?
Charity was rolled up.
Yeah, she's all
she-
like
Charity's
she-
gone.
she was a ball of thread at that point.
I could still cut through the thread and say, hey, let me have a piece of her clothing.
There is no Charity, only Zool.
We tried.
Let's take a piece back so they can track them better.
Oh, this is gonna suck so bad.
Oh, I need to take you guys to a map, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we technically
I mean,
are on a map, but it's not the
It
right
would be
map.
nice.
Oh,
That's a nasty doll.
that's not disturbing at all.
No.
I have no idea what you're all talking about.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
we don't have
okay.
our monk with us. We do not have our monk with us. Oh my.
No, this is gonna be
So-
hard without him.
There's Amelia.
Aw, she's cute.
Yeah.
There's Grandma.
Nope.
And you all know Fluffy.
Hey, Fluffy.
We'd rather not.
Yeah.
Fluffy,
Oh,
you're a
that was
lover,
gonna-
not a fighter. Go away.
I was gonna be friends with Fluffy. I don't know. I don't know What's happening here?
I mean, you still can be.
Yeah, they like you.
You have a choice.
That's very true.
You don't need to be taught kindness.
Oh, Rojan, you got to
Yep.
fix that map.
I don't gotta fix shit. All right, roll those initiatives.
That's what I like to see.
Sty likes me. For now.
Son of a. What's that got to do with Cat Mom?
Really kind of wish two of us didn't have our wisdom nerfed right now.
Right? At
That
least
was-
two of us.
My wisdom is still kind of nerfed. It's only a point off of what it should be, but still, that point takes me from a +2 to a +1.
I mean, I think Fox, what you -3?
Yeah, I'm at -3 right now.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't
Only
you
one of
didn't you get some of that back though from the D4?
I sure did. That brought me
But-
from a -5 to a -3.
Oh, that's right, because
He
you got
took-
you got
he
you
took
got
double.
sleeped. Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
I totally forgot about that.
It's fine.
Yeah, sorry about it. I didn't.
I mean,
You
none of
didn't
us
know.
had any indication that that would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of
Alright.
us knew that was gonna happen.
So, I need a pad of paper. Give me a second. All right.
Can we rearrange ourselves within the square? Because like Kimmick would be behind
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Well, honestly, I had walked up. Not that I
Eh.
want to be up there, but I
Could
had
that be
walked
over here?
up.
Yeah, we can. So I shoved you back, and maybe you took a step back. I don't know.
Seeing her get a little angry, you should probably take just one extra step back, being like, eh.
Eh.
Meh.
I guess I would probably be right by the kid, right? Since I was.
No, she
interacting
backed
with
up.
her.
She backed up from you when you
Okay.
pushed her away. She backed up from you.
I'm okay with being out of her melee range. I will not argue that.
Mia, go ahead.
Oh, I'm at the top. Why is a wizard at the top of the initiative?
Yeah, what the hell,
You can
man?
Fireball.
I don't have.
No,
that spell.
not
Might
yet.
has been in the way.
Not yet.
That's okay though, because I do have a thing that I can do. So I'm going to keep my attention fixed on Amelia. I'm going to wipe a bit of the blood off my face and kind of swirl it around between the index finger and thumb on each of my hands. I too can spin threads. So I put my fingers together and then pull them apart, and there's a thin red thread sticking between my two hands, and I kind of throw one end at Amelia, and I need her to make an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
You won't do it with a 1.
Certainly not.
Oof.
So she failed the save. I used the cantrip connection. Because she failed to save, I now get to learn one of her immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, if she has any. Your choice.
She's vulnerable to fire.
Vulnerable to fire, okay? And she learns that I am resistant to radiant.
Ooh, a little give and take, huh?
Yep. And then as a bonus action, I am going to... Why did I get that component of this spell? That's weird. I don't know how to use this in the... I pull a small mushroom out of my bag and crush it in my hand. And as I do, crimson spores kind of cloud out from around it before kind of coalescing together and firing directly at Amelia. This is a bonus action spell, so I can do both in the same turn here. And I need her to give me a Constitution saving throw this time.
What are you casting?
I am casting Salvo.
Hey, this isn't Mass Effect Horizons.
Hey,
Yeah.
I named this spell like 3 years ago.
That's fair.
Okay. Constitution of 8.
8, that is a failure. So the next time she takes damage, she will be taking an additional 2d6 poison damage, and crimson tendrils will erupt from her body in a 10-foot radius, making people around her have to do a save or take damage as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I am going to,
Back away.
yeah, I think I'm going to stand, like, over here somewhere for now. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Kunkaval.
Let's see here. Little gecko scream. And this may very well provoke an attack of opportunity because I see how large that token is, but so I'm gonna move away, flailing in rapid flap flaps.
She doesn't make any sort of aggressive movement towards you. As you walk away, you notice that she's standing there with her hands behind her back in like a very relaxed position.
Other than her eyes glowing red, she doesn't look particularly like aggressive.
She looks upset. You can gather from the eyes, and she's just watching Mia at the moment, not really paying you any mind.
I can't hold an action in general. I have to be specific, right?
Yeah, you would have to hold you would have to hold a specific action.
And if it's a spell, I lose the spell slot if it doesn't go off.
I believe that's how it is.
Yeah, if the trigger doesn't happen, you lose the spell regardless. Because you have to start casting the spell, and then the trigger finishes it.
Okay, making things more difficult to figure out. Yeah. Let's see here. I think what I'm gonna do is gonna go into starry form, chalice. So that's a bonus action, and I'm gonna do healing word on Maya.
Okay.
And is anybody else on low on HP? Or not low, but has anybody else been hurt
Nobody else is taking damage.
that hasn't been healed? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so starry form, tell us healing word. So that's going to be 9 points of healing to you, Mia.
Nice. Back up to max now.
And the bonus healing from Chalice doesn't do anything, I guess.
Okay.
Wait, has Amelia been hurt at all? Does she look hurt at all?
Doesn't look hurt.
I'm going to try something, and it probably sounds weird, but that extra D8 plus 5 of healing goes to Amelia. I'm trying to diffuse the situation. I don't know. So if she's been hurt, she heals back up 13 HP.
Okay. And as you heal her, you notice that the dress mends.
Really?
Yep. Nalani.
Seeing the dressman, I want to hold for further aggressive action. So I'll hold my attack.
Okay. Azure Claw.
Seeing that no one else is running in, I'm going to hold or delay my turn.
Okay. Fluffy is going to go over here and he's going to push Amelia back and pretty much like present himself in between everyone. The grandmother is gonna take 2 steps and then almost glide over to the group. So she's standing in front of Mia.
Like she misty stepped, or she just
Kind of like almost like did like a ballerina jump over all of you.
okay.
Grandma's got some
Nutcracker.
flexibility.
Sweet craziness.
Seeing the doll boss in Final Fantasy, that's not helping the creepiness factor go down at all here, Rogen.
Well, and she just kneels down in front of Mia. I believe you owe my granddaughter an apology.
Which I'm happy to do if we can walk away.
Very well. Say you're sorry.
Amelia, I do sincerely apologize. I did not know that would affect you in that way. I should have been more conscious of your feelings.
And she kind of like peeks around Fluffy. Apology accepted. The grandmother stands up and dusts her dress off. Well, now that unpleasantness is away from us, does anyone have anything else they'd like to say? Yuriko.
Yuriko stays silent. Her weapon is drawn. She is holding action until any of the creepy three do anything aggressive to anybody in the party. If anyone does, she's gonna go full blown whirlwind mode.
Okay. Kimmick?
Chemic is going to hold their action unless Nalani moves out of their reach. However, they are going to turn and look at Grandma and answer her question. I would like to get back, please. If it's all the same to you.
My granddaughter has forgiven your friend. I think we can just all go our separate ways and end these hostilities before they get out of hand.
Indeed.
And Amelia just jumps up on top of Fluffy, just sort of riding him. And Mia, is there anything you want to do as like a last action?
Yes. I will drop my offensive stance, and I will hold that scrap of the dress out for the grandmother to take if she wants that back.
And she does quickly take it from you.
And that is all I'll do.
Okay. So initiative. So you are out of initiative.
Can I do an insight check on the situation and see if she wants us to literally just walk away, or if her intent is to like teleport us out of here or something?
She begins to walk away with Amelia and Fluffy.
Okay, so as soon as she starts to walk away, I will turn around and walk in the opposite direction.
Is that door still around?
Is there a door?
There is no door. I'm disappointed.
Is there an exit of any kind? Sorry.
I'm disappointed, I will say that. I had high hopes for all of you, but unfortunately my immature daughter ruined any possible connection that we may have shared. I do apologize for that. Head due south from here. In about a day, you will find yourself outside the forest. And it's just a straight shot south, back home. Listen not to the trees. Don't investigate any whispers. Don't hunt any of the wildlife in here, and you will be fine. As long as you do not upset anything here, it will not upset you. I'm sorry we could not have been friends. And she just begins to walk deeper into the forest. The spooled up Charity's still there.
Any exposed cloth or anything on Charity?
No, it's all. She's tightly wound in thread.
So is she a spool of thread, or is she tied up in thread?
It's like when a spider wraps like an insect caught in its web.
Okay, so she's cocooned.
She's cocooned up right now.
Kamek is gonna turn around and find that exit and head out.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
What part of the day is it?
Yuriko's leaving the cocoon Charity where she is.
I don't want to risk opening that open and having something else just start.
What time of day is it?
You can't really tell with the amount of trees around. So you know when you jumped through the door, it was early morning.
We essentially have the whole day, if that's the case.
And unless anybody has any wow, words are not working in my head right now. I'm sorry. Unless anybody wants to say otherwise, Kunko will actually find south and start leading the group that way.
The sooner we get out of here, the better.
We have our 2 horses.
You do have the 2 horses.
Since I feel like there are some people who are worse off considering the previous nights, Kunko will actually use his beast shape, his other remaining beast shape, to turn into a draft horse. I believe it's something I can do.
What CR can you turn into right now?
A draft horse is only CR 1/4. But his big horse can be ridden.
Yeah, riding horse is CR 1/4. I just didn't know what your what CR you can turn into at the moment as a level 3 druid.
Actually, only level 2, but
Okay, a level 2 druid.
yeah, should. According to my app, it says it's fine. Plug in level 2 druid and comes up with a horse.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
So, I mean, Lizagar mount one of the horses
Yeah.
she purchased and pick up Kimmick as she always does.
Yeah,
No
you
one else-
you can turn into at second level. Yeah, the max CR is 1/4. So yeah, you could turn into a draft horse.
And assuming he doesn't, kick me in the face when I get close, I will mount. I will mount Kunkaval.
Can
Ride him for a while.
when the
It happened.
Finally happened.
when the Kuka horse walks, does it make a flapping noise?
Yes. I mean, come on, it has to.
Oh god.
Yeah. What
Trojan, not while I'm drinking. God damn.
How's your nose feel?
what does Kunkavol's wild shapes look like? Are they just natural, or do they have a little bit of a
Kunko horse.
They got
Kunko
web,
horse?
they have web feet.
Oh god.
Oh.
They're fairly natural, but they have a tendency to try to lick their eyeballs.
Okay.
I would say the only thing other than that probably sets it off from being completely natural looking is a little bit of a translucent shimmer.
Okay.
Trying to stick with the starry theme.
All right. So
Kunko horse.
Kunka horse. Don't worry, we're gonna get like Kunka wolf and Kunka bear,
All the things.
Kunkasaurus rex.
I gotta see a dinosaur first.
You do.
So if you want that to happen, you gotta present us with a with a dinosaur.
Just a giant T-Rex walking around, just making giant flapping noises.
Flap, flap, flap.
Licking its eyeball.
All right.
Why?
So can I get a singular percentile roll as you're going through this?
Not it.
As
I'll
I
do
vote
it.
Raven.
you've been pretty
I'll do
much you've almost been pretty much guaranteed free pass or safe passage through this forest.
What she said.
Are you wanting a survival roll?
Nope,
as
just
well?
straight up
Okay.
percentiles.
All right. Well, 78.
78. Okay. So as you're going through, you're noticing that things are keeping to like the forest shadows following you the entire way. And every now and then you can see a small like doll kind of like drop down from one of the tree branches and watch you as you pass by, and as it climbs back up like a small spool of thread. The entire way you're going through here, you just know you're being watched.
Comfortable.
But by the time the sun begins to set, you see the break in the trees. Seemingly as if the forest were trying to make you leave faster than you originally thought possible.
What about you all? But I would like to be at least an hour's worth away from here before we even think about setting up a camp.
I agree.
Agreed.
And as you break the tree line, there's a door.
To get out, or there's just a door?
There's just a door, probably about 10 feet away from the tree line. As you break it, there's just a door right there. And on the door itself, it says Madtown.
This is gonna sound so stupid. There's no way to like insight check this door, is there?
Go ahead and
Insight
give me an
check the door.
insight check.
If it really takes us to Meta.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay. 17?
It's a door.
Okay, yeah. I figured as much. Do we trust it?
Well,
Never seen
things
anything from her.
couldn't be any worse. I'll dismount Kunkoval and just open the door.
As you open the
Be
door,
the last time.
you can hear the familiar sounds of the Firelight Tavern on the other side.
Seems okay. I will step through the door and stand on the other side of it, looking back at the group.
All right. As she walks through, as soon as she clears the frame, she vanishes from sight. As Mia, you are now standing in your room.
Oh, this is going to be trouble when they bring the horses through.
I'll walk through.
Okay.
I'll follow Kimmick. I'm leading my horse because
All right. And as you walk through, you two are in your room, but the horse is not there.
Aww,
But you get a feeling
womp.
the horse is in the stable.
Hmm.
Because that's where horses go.
What? No, thanks, no.
What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'm absolutely walking through as soon as there's room and not horses.
Yep. And as you do, you wind up in your room.
Look around for everyone else.
Yuriko, the last one.
I don't know. What about Kunkaval?
Oh, I thought he went through already.
Yeah, I'll go through.
Are you walking through as a horse or as
No.
Kunkaval?
No,
Okay.
he's back.
All right. So Kunkaval, as you walk through, you're in your room and you see a small basket on your bed with 3 separate stuffed insects with just a small letter on it, a small note card that says, "I'm sorry." Your friend, Sino.
Sorry, Sino?
Sino, Sinoh.
Would you like to tell me what kind of bugs they are?
I'm letting you decide that.
Okay. See here, I kept the beetle. One's definitely going to be a fate spider. I'll figure out the others later.
Okay. And yeah, that would mean Yuriko would be the last one.
Are there any stars in the sky right now?
No, the sun is just like almost finishing setting.
It's finishing setting, or
Like it's
about-
getting to the end of it, like the end of the sun setting.
Get some stars out. She is going to say a prayer asking for protection from the Snow Mother, and she's going to step through the door.
When you ask for protection against the snow, it was protection against the Snow Mother?
No, from.
Okay. As soon as you finish that prayer, you feel as if something's eyes are on you as you walk through that door.
She would presume it's the creepy dolls in the forest. Unless there's something to make me feel otherwise.
And as you
She literally has been spied on the entire way through. So.
True. But as you walk through, the door shuts behind you. And you are in your room at the inn.
She'll thank the Snow Mother, and then she's going to flop onto her bed and pass out.
Okay.
Because I still have 2 points of exhaustion, and I'm pretty sure the adrenaline wearing off is not good for me right now.
Probably not.
Real quick, when I had to burn the other dolls, I had to burn the teddy bear and the green slime, right?
Yeah,
Okay. The only one I got to keep was
the beetle.
Okay.
Once I'm kind of feeling like I'm actually here and safe and everything's okay, I'm gonna go find Nalani and Kemik's room, just assuming that they're bunking together.
You assume correct.
Yeah.
I imagine our rooms aren't too far apart from each other.
How
Mhm.
warm is it inside the inn? Is it like
Oh,
comfortable
it's
temperature?
toasty. It's toasty.
I am shedding those cold layers and sitting there in just my armor.
Yeah, same. I kick my shoes off and I have my toesies just wiggling.
Until there's a knock at your door.
Yeah, fuck me. Who is it?
It's,
You gonna get that?
it's Mia.
Yeah, just sit there. It's fine. Emma will walk over and open up the door. Hello.
Oh, good. You made it here in one piece.
Indeed.
Nobody followed me through. I assumed either you didn't or it sent us all to different places.
Well, when I saw no one else here and we were in our room, I figured Everyone else was in the same situation.
I haven't checked on the others, but if you two are here, then they were probably taken to their rooms.
Perhaps.
Going to
I would
stand there,
assume
you
so.
actually going to come in?
If it's an invitation, I'll certainly come in.
I don't mind. And they'll move out of the way and gesture you to come in.
No,
Waiting
step
for you.
inside.
Close the door behind. Now go back and plop on the bed.
I just wanted to extend my appreciation to the two of you. I mean, everybody was
Crazy.
crazy. That's one way to put it. But Nalani, thank you for stopping me when I tried to leave the group. I was not in my right mind, as you know. And
I can't say I did it for good reasons.
well, it worked out for all of us. And that's really all that matters right now. And Kemek, I appreciate you not just taking Nalani and leaving when we were all out of it. It would have ended poorly for all of us.
I may not know you all very well, but I'm not stupid enough to think that I could either survive that by myself, especially when my companion here was under the influence as well. I needed to help. Besides, I'm not as heartless as people would think. I don't care much, but I'm not heartless.
You don't come across as heartless, just perhaps a little bit callous. But that's what it takes to survive out in the wilds.
Indeed.
I should also apologize for the accusations I threw at you.
I'm sure it won't be the last time I hear people accuse me of things, so it's really not a problem. You know, we don't all really know each other that well, so mistrust is to be expected.
When Nalani did turn towards you to apologize, you would have noticed along her right shoulder and her ribs on her right side is nothing but severe burn marks.
We all have our secrets, I'm sure, and our past that we haven't shared. So I think it's worth giving that consideration when situations like the one we just went through arise. And I'm thankful for the two of you. I don't know if you gave those considerations specifically, but you gave some and didn't just leave me to die in the wilderness. So, thank you.
Think nothing of it. Besides, I learned a little bit more about you while we were there.
You do have a keen eye.
Can't really explain why, but for some reason I actually kind of like you. Doesn't happen often.
I will take that as a great compliment then.
From her,
Also-
yes.
You're also pretty useful.
I try to be, though not in the public eye.
Is that why they say you lie a lot? I mean, that was already given from I could smell your bullshittery a mile away, but just from what the hag was saying.
Well, sometimes lying is surviving.
I do not fault you for that at all. I'm sure you have other suspicions, but I'm sure it would be the same response. Survival.
Survival does take precedence over a lot of things.
Indeed it does, especially in this part of the world, where people like us are often suspected of being far worse than we actually are.
I'm not sure what you mean by people like us, but I'm not sure I want to.
Kamek will chuckle a little. I have no disillusions of what I am. My
Yeah,
patterns don't help either.
I'm not like you. Don't do what you do.
Well, not the same thing that we do. But I've seen what you do in battle. You do use a type of magic.
No. I harness the power from my blood.
Exactly.
It's not magic.
You and I are a little more similar than you might think.
It's not magic.
Right, of course.
Yet your magic is a little more unique. I don't think I've ever experienced your type of magic before.
It is a rarity, that's for sure.
It's very interesting. Perhaps if we stick around a little bit longer together, I wouldn't mind studying you and the magic.
Well, like you said, if we stick around a little while longer, get to know each other a bit more, a little more comfortable around each other, I'm sure I would be happy to discuss the arcane with you. You are quite
I'd
astute.
appreciate that.
Just appreciate if it wasn't in my presence.
Oh, trust me, I already had you in mind. We won't do it around you. After all, we still technically have 2 rooms. We would just go to the other one.
It's for
Or
me.
hers. Besides, we're still stuck here for a little while longer until everything blows over. Then we could be on our way, which brings me to my next question. What are you planning on doing?
Me, well, I'm going to do what I came here to do, which is a little bit of shopping. Then, I don't know, go home?
Oh, I don't think you need to go home at this point in time.
Fuck was that?
Do you have guests you didn't tell me about?
I'm gonna be looking around trying to find the source, and
As
like
y-
staying
y-
up, grabbing the
You look around.
glaive.
There's a gentleman sort of leaning against like the back corner of the small fireplace in your room.
and the glaive is going to be now pointed at him. And you are?
Lower the weapon. God, always the one for such dramatic poses. I'm here on behalf of friends.
Don't have
I
friends.
don't have friends.
I was about to say literally the exact same thing.
You can use some.
Thanks, you owe me a Coke.
You seem to be in desperate need of friends, and I can provide them.
Well, perhaps we could be acquaintances first. I'm Mia. You are?
You may call me Mr. Blue. For now, anyway.
Mr. Blue. Well, I don't know if it's the stank from our little adventure out in the wilderness, but I am in no need of friends.
Yet. But I am in the need of friends myself. Friends who are capable. From my understanding, you are in search of something in Silverdale, was it?
You know of this?
Oh yes, I know quite a few things. Alistair seems to be preoccupied at the moment, so I figured I'd talk to some of the more level-headed and conversational members of your little group.
Hey,
I
Kimmy, do
fear-
you hear
I
that?
hate to get upset.
He calls me level-headed.
I feel Yuriko would throw that boomerang of hers at me.
Well, tip for making friends, don't appear randomly in their rooms.
Oh, I've been here the entire time.
Okay, second tip. Don't eavesdrop.
Don't hang out in someone's room randomly.
You've been
Don't leave your-
following us.
Don't leave your door unlocked.
Introduce
Hard
yourself
defense
when you enter a room.
If someone doesn't notice you, say hi.
I mean, to be fair, I was in the room before you, and semantics. Anyway, I will let you continue your little conversation. And he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a small envelope. And he walks closer and he hands it to Mia. Give that to Alistair when you do see him next, please.
I have to see him again.
I would assume so.
We do have to turn in the mission. Indeed.
Right, I can deliver this to him.
And tell
Is
him,
it-
tell him
go.
Blue sends his regards.
And what is this?
He will know what I'm talking about then.
He will. We are good friends.
Oh, you didn't have friends.
No, I need more.
What does he look like?
He is a he's a soft blue tiefling. Dressed in a very fine looking suit. Like custom tailored. Black and red trimming. Very out of place in a town such as Maptown.
Well, let's just say that this so-called friendship is not starting off great with you just not making your presence known or just walking into someone else's room regardless if it's locked or not.
I had to wait till
Or
you
not.
were comfortable, seeing as how you may get a bit jumpy and try to swing at me. I wanted
Well, I'm
to-
still trying to get comfortable.
You have my apologies for that.
And
But
you
just-
have mine for us being a bit standoffish. We've just
Oh,
been
no.
through a bit.
No need to apologize. I am a stranger in your room. Just know that I come from a group who wishes to be friends. Acquaintances at first, if you prefer.
Group have a name?
Not at this time.
Hmm.
Once
Suppose we
we-
got to get
once
to
we-
know each other.
Indeed, once we meet again, and we will meet again, maybe I can give you a little more information as to what I am looking for.
What's
Let
in
me
the
guess.
envelope?
You'll contact us.
I will contact Alistair, and
Hmm,
he will contact you.
Great friend already. What's in the envelope?
Paper,
What's on the paper?
ink.
You gonna tell me, and we're gonna have to open up and read it.
I would prefer that you didn't open it up and reading it, as none of it would make sense to you.
Think give
Alistair
me a-
will make heads or tails of it.
Not really fond of carrying packages. I don't know what's inside.
That is why I handed it to
Technically,
Mia.
Mia is.
I'm not comfortable with Mia carrying a package. She doesn't know what's inside.
It's nothing harmful.
Sorry, we just met. Don't know if I can take you at your word.
I guess
We've
you'll
had
have
a
to live
hell of
with
a
that.
day.
Anyway, I must make another appointment here, and he pulls out a pocket watch. I will see you all later.
Hmm. That's unsettling.
Very.
And he just lets himself out of the room.
Well, he's very well informed, isn't he?
He
A little
is.
too well informed.
He was also
don't
just here
like-
for your discussion.
Yeah, he was.
It doesn't
Well.
bode well for our survival.
Did I spot any like holy symbols or anything on him?
Give me what's your passive perception?
Why you gotta do me like this, Rojan? It right now, my passive perception is 7.
That's right. No, you did not notice any sort of symbols on him.
Would I?
I mean, that explains why I didn't know he was in the room.
What's your passive perception?
14.
You don't notice any holy symbols on him, though you do notice on his cufflinks is a half black, half gold crown.
I recognize that.
You would not.
Hmm. I will make a note of it then in my mind palace.
In your mind palace.
I'm not.
Okay, Sherlock.
I'm not one to notice a lot of things, but Kimmick, come on. You have
Too
one many
tired
jobs.
to give a shit. I just am too tired to give a shit, to be completely honest, although I should be.
Securing the room. We both can do
Yes.
better at that.
We
Yeah,
do.
Certainly going to be doing that when I go back to my room as well. Before I tuck this letter into my pocket, does it have any like wax seals or stamps or anything on it?
Nope.
With any sort of. Okay.
The envelope itself isn't sealed. It just says Alistair on it.
Wait, I'm just gonna tuck it on an inside pocket of my jacket. Well, I think it's about time that I go get a good night's rest.
Indeed. Same with us.
Then we'll have to figure out with the others when to report in and what we're going to say.
Yes,
Yes, we should.
Go ahead.
I was going to say probably have a meeting in the morning once we're well rested.
Over breakfast would be nice.
Somewhere where there's not a lot of ears.
Agreed.
We might have to take
Perhaps.
breakfast to go.
In one of our rooms, although clearly there can be ears we don't want present.
We'll have to do a sweep then.
Let's figure it out in the morning. I'm going to turn in.
Yes.
Thank you once again for today and the day before, and sorry about the horses.
More sad
Well-
that we lost the meal.
Yes. And despite you looking sickly the whole time, your magic is very powerful and intriguing. I look forward to learning more.
I will admit I'm a little bit excited to have somebody to show it off to. Perhaps if we're together for an extended period of time, we can learn a bit from each other.
Indeed. Until then, rest well.
Great.
You
More
as well.
magic. We'll flop on a bed after that's quite good.
Excuse myself and go back to my room.
As you excuse yourselves, go back to your rooms and settle down for the night, that is where we are going to end for this week.
Kamek totally does a sweep of the rest of the room.
Yeah, as soon as I go into my room, I'm going around the room with like my hands out in case there's anyone invisible.
Detect
Checking at
magic.
goblin height as well as normal people height.
As you do this, nothing.
No, I like Kimmick check the room. Kimmick
I was
has
gonna say
a few
detect
certain
magic.
jobs.
Nalani just starts walking around, swinging the glaive wildly.
Come out!
Just in case, as I do every other night, pop my normal forewarn spell in case anyone wants to jump me in my sleep.
Okay. But that, with all that said and done, that is what we're in for this week.
Yuriko is out, by the way.
Yeah.
She's gonna sleep for 2 whole days. She's got 2 points of exhaustion. She's got no reason to get up.
So
Fair.
we will catch all of you on the show next week at 7:30 Pacific time, but this is not the only show that we do. On Monday nights, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which Zorro runs a bunch of us space murder hobos through. It is a 5th edition Mass Effect mod. Why are you biting me? Evil cat. Tonight you have us here on Destiny Forge, which is our 3rd campaign, going into a brand new world. A bit of I guess you would call it horror intrigue at this point in time. On Saturdays, we have alternating shows. On this upcoming Saturday, we have another episode of Wayward Wanderers, which is our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign, which Azarin runs a bunch of bar burning murder hobos through.
In their defense, they haven't burnt a bar since the first one.
They're still going to be bar burning murder hobos to me. I mean,
Okay, yeah. I mean, true.
I say it with love.
You get the label the first time you do it, and
it just sticks. And then on the other Saturday we have Withered Wastes, which is a 5th edition post-apocalyptic style campaign. And then every first Saturday of the month we have the Hold Lore, which is our deep dive lore show where we focus on the characters and the world that we have built throughout the years. But for now, we are going to sign on off, get some much deserved sleep, and we will see you all on Saturday for Wayward Wanderers.